complicate your mind. Free from hate, mischief and jealousy. Come bury your dog, put your dream to reality, yeah. All together now. Wake up and live, yeah.
Like Daniel out of the lion's den. Survivors, survivors.
Some people got facts and claims. Some people got pride and shame. Some people got the plots and the scheme. Some people got no aim, it seems. No, 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 no. No, no, no. We're the survivors. Yes, the black survivors. Tell you what, we're the survivors. Yeah, the black survivors. Yeah, we're the survivors. Like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Thrown in the fire, but they never get burned. So I trim, I trim. The preaching and talking is done. We've got to live up. Whoa now, cause the Father's time has come. Some people put the best outside. Some people keep the best inside. Some people can't stand up strong. Some people won't wait for long. We're the survivors in this age of technological humanity, scientific atrocity, atomic misphilosophy, nuclear misenergy. It's a world that forces lifelong insecurity. Together now. We're the survivors. Yeah, we're the survivors. Yes, the black survivors. We're the survivors. A good man is never honored. Survivor in his own country. Survivor. Nothing changed, nothing strange. Survivor. Nothing changed, nothing changed. Survivor. Got to survive.
Talking about Marcus Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Marcus Messiah Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Man of nobility, man of nobility. He said, up, you mighty race. One God, one aim, one destiny. Africa for Africans, at home and abroad. We must all unite, sing Marcus Messiah Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey, Marcus Messiah Garvey. Man of nobility, man of nobility. He said, up, in mighty race. One God, one aim, one destiny. Africa for Africans. Though he is gone, we must carry on.
Great is he who values his greatness. If you have no confidence in yourself, you're twice defeated in the race of life. But with confidence you have won even before you have started.
A people without the knowledge of their past, history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. Only students of history can recall the day when Egypt, Ethiopia and Timbuktu towered in their civilization.
Yes, Africa was peopled with a race of cultured blacks who were masters in art, science and literature. People who were cultured and refined. People who, it was said, were like the gods.
And even the great poets of old sang in beautiful sonnets of the delight it afforded the gods to be in companionship with the Ethiopians. Why then should we lose hope?
Lose not courage.
Lose not faith.
Go forward!
We cannot wait on any to free us. We must liberate ourselves, eat what we grow. If we allow others to feed us, then one day we shall be without.
Hold fast to faith, desert not the ranks, but as brave soldiers march on to victory. Give praise for Marcus Garvey. Remember what he said, in Africa be our guiding star. Star of destiny. Star of destiny. When you see Marcus talking about Messiah Garvey, Marcus
you do today that is worthwhile inspires others to act at some future time. Therefore, in all you do, be at all times prepared to say, I did.
The ends you serve that are selfish will take you no further than yourself. But the ends you serve that have all in common will take you even into eternity.
Ding, 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 down. Whoa, the Black Star Liner. One day, we must be heading homeward bound. Ding, 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 down.
So fret not if there are few. My brethren, there shall be many. For a few, yes, there shall be many.
Until all Africans are free, none is free. Until all are fed, all are hungry. Let us, in shaping our own destiny, set before us the qualities of human justice, love, charity, mercy, and equity.
We have loved under the severe.
Sure, inna your face, them a smile up. Behind your back, of money, them a pile up. Try to start your business and them quick for spoil up. Hey, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Sibbly bang, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done such a great job selling out with country with your business plan. Well, you forget a round of applause for all the work you're doing. Decisions where you make will left the country in a ruins, yo. Strictly personal gain you're pursuing, so the tax rate higher than the planes where you're fluing. We gonna make you deal with the IMF, knowing on a backside, none of sugar cane left. The hotels and the beaches, the Spanish them go screeching. Me no know how you do it, but all my office say is well done, Mr. Politician Man. I must congratulate you. Done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Skibbly bang, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done such a great job selling out with country with your business plan. What kind of plan? Which is to keep poverty and unemployment on the rise. Corruption and not to mention the lies. Election and when the tension arise, so you buy with Kentucky, not to mention the fries. Anything to secure your vote, and then you rob the people to secure your vote. We go Goat Island where the Chinese own. The whole Jamaica is a Chinese loan. I tell you, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Skibbly bang, well done, Miss Politician Lady. You done such a great job selling out with country and you still not pay with. But still if inflation was a test you would have get A+. So when me met the US the exchange rate buck, cause the dollar getting weaker and the solar light bill it would have cheaper. But a JPS you prefer keep your Ebenezer. So you
Good morning and welcome to the Morning Connection, coming to you live from the Bess100 FM studios in Kingston, Jamaica. Welcome to those who are on air and those who have joined us online. We give you a hearty welcome. This is your host, Minett Lawrence. Pastor Percival and I take you through the morning, 6 to 10 a.m. as always. This is really just to let you know that the show is on, because I know we're right up on the 6:30 break. But Pastor Percival, good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning. Good morning to Jamaica. Good morning to those of us who are riding in your bus, those of us who are online in their taxi cab moving around today. Good morning to you. Hope you have a wonderful day. Celebrating with Kibaka Pyramid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As it continues to happen in our nation, we are declaring it is a good week. Good morning to you, my beloved and beautiful co-host. Co-host.
All right, it's 6:30. Yes. We'll take the energy down a bit in here.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is your radio pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Bess100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program the voice of hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in
Jamaica, we're going up and not under. No more slaves any longer. We were once weak, but now we are stronger, stronger, stronger. Join me, Darren Chosen Smith, Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted, right here on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. Tune in and be informed, motivated, entertained, and spiritually lifted. Your weekdays will never be the same again. Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. With yours truly, Darren Chosen Smith. Tune in and be lifted.
Vejan Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Vejan Printers, your best choice in printing.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Bess100 FM presents the Mature and Moving Up Show with Lascelles Butch Chen on Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. Welcome to this pioneering radio program on our continuing worth in our maturing years, compellingly defined to educate and liberate the younger generation. Tune in.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome back, welcome, Mr. Politician, man.
Oh, is that you're quoting from the Grammy-winning song?
Yes. I loved that song when I heard it the first time. Congratulations to Kibaka.
Sir, what's the name of the song? Well done, Mr. Politician man. Not welcome. So if you've been saying welcome to the politician man.
Let me say welcome. Well done. But just looking at what happened, he says it was about his journey in music.
You must have really loved that song because normally you start with a psalm.
No, but I'm in the psalm, but I'm tying the psalm in
Kibaka.
Kibaka Pyramid. He says, his musical journey is being for a higher purpose. Higher purpose, not just to get rich or popular, but to inspire a higher vibration in whoever who listens. Well, when I heard his song originally, I just said, whoa. I think he has done a lot in terms of speaking to and bringing together in one song the feelings of how a lot of us view our politicians. But
so well done, Mr. Politician Man is satirical.
It's satirical, very much. It's satirical in terms of its content. But Psalms 1 says, "Oh, the joys of those who do not follow the advice of the wicked, or stand around with sinners, or join in with mockers. But they delight in the law of the Lord, meditating on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. But not the wicked. They are like worthless chaff, scattered by the wind. They'll be condemned at the time of judgment. Sinners will have no place among the godly, for the Lord watches over the path of the godly, but the path of the wicked leads to destruction." That's Psalms 1 from the New Living Translation. Let's go to the same psalm as revealed in the Amplified. It says, "Blessed is a man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, following their advice and example, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit down to rest in the seat of scoffers, ridiculers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law, his precepts and teachings, he habitually meditates day and night. And he be like a tree firmly planted and fed by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season. Its leaf does not wither, and whatever he does, he prospers and comes to maturity. The wicked who live in disobedience to God's law are not so, but they are like a chaff, worthless and without substance, which the wind blows away. Therefore, the wicked will not stand unpunished in the judgment, nor sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord knows and fully approves the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked shall perish." Again, we continue to implore, to encourage you to walk in the pathways of God's kingdom in righteousness and justice, and following along with mercy and truth. Psalms 89 and verse 14. Reflecting on all of what continues to happen, I do believe that we are at a tipping point in terms of what is happening. I was reading a commentary in the papers over the weekend, and somebody was saying, boy, some people wish this thing would go away, that it would be a 9-day wonder, but it's not going away. I think I sent something to you over the weekend by this gentleman in terms of the implications with the involvement of the FBI. You said it earlier. The government announced that the FBI would be involved, but you said, well, it's not really so. They invited themselves in because anything that has to do with their money, they're going to invite themselves in terms of what is happening. So we continue to declare and to pray in terms of that situation, that justice truly be done, not only for Mr. Bolt, but for everybody who was fraudulently, what is the word in law? Fraudulently taken, fraudulently or scammed. Fraudulently scammed.
I'm just listening to you.
You're fraudulently scammed.
I'm just watching you give birth.
No, but
so soon after your birthday.
You understand?
You have lots of things to tell us, though, person.
It was a wonderful time. It was in terms of my birthday.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, but and it was very deja vu in terms of what happened on my birthday with family and with my spiritual father. I linked up with my spiritual father it was a pleasant surprise for me.
Hold on a minute. I don't think I've ever heard you spoken about a living spiritual father.
Yeah, man, he's there. He's 76. Somebody when I became a believer a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, my spiritual father. And then just talking to him, he shared some stuff and then he says, my son, it's all about faith in God in spite of circumstances that happen to you. It is about believing that what God's word has said is true. So it was a good time. I brought this because another person who was kind of shaped me. He wrote a very interesting article about what's happening beneath that. Tongue in cheek. He's a philosopher, but
Clinton Chisholm.
Yes, Clinton Chisholm.
Yes, columnist in Sunday's Gleaner.
Mm-hmm. And he makes a very important point. We often speak about the heart and what guides the heart in terms of right and wrong, and he just, from a philosophical basis, it was fun. It was so funny.
Can I tell you, Percival?
Yes.
I'm only just now trying to get an idea of what people were writing about on the weekend. Our weekend was completely full of other activities. When I tell you, we got in somewhere. I mean, we retired after 11 last night.
Okay.
And I didn't have a single iota of energy to look at, what our people had been up to on the weekend as reported in the papers. So it's all up to you this morning. I mean, I'm going to go through it and see if there's anything. But more and more, what we're seeing in the newspapers is that the things we tackle and the line that we take on various issues, others are picking up the baton and carrying it a step further, which means it frees us up to begin to pull on some other things. And so I believe that that's what we need to do. We certainly don't want to be among those who keep trashing over the same issue, not adding value, while others things are spoiling for attention. Many things are happening, as you said. Many things are happening in the nation, and we have to be choosing the important ones, the most important ones, the ones which, if you excite the awareness and people's curiosity on those issues, then the other issues will be dealt with rightly. Like if you shut down slavery, you would have dealt with human trafficking. Because when people come to a right understanding of where the heart of God is on those issues, it clarifies some other issues that flow in the same vein. So I really have not had a chance to look. But I've done some other things that I want to share with you on.
Okay.
When you're ready.
Yeah, but that's all right. But I think if anybody can just read, it's tongue in cheek, but he's just speaking the whole thing about right and wrong. What is some people say to us everything is relative, but he says okay, but then how do you then tell somebody that what they have done is wrong if there are no real absolutes in your life in terms of your reference point? And it was so
is he challenging the theory of relativity? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That all things are not relative, all things are not relational.
Relational, yes.
Yeah. So what is the substitute for that, or what is the rule of the jungle that trumps the principle
he said there's
of
right and wrong. That's what he's saying. So when people are going out and accusing others of wrongdoing, what is their...
Okay, sorry. He's saying that things are not as simple as right or wrong. Am I confusing you a little?
Yeah.
You need to read it.
You need to read it.
The Reverend Clinton Chisholm is, Baptist Union, holds a master's degree in biblical languages, teaching assistant in Hebrew in the university's biblical studies. He was teaching in England. I was looking for the philosopher part of it, but
no, but he does it. But he,
we've spoken somewhat about how Jamaicans build their opinions, and whose opinion can be kind of like a safe guide as you seek to understand various issues. And you were recommending Clinton Chisholm? You're saying if you...
He doesn't take the position most times that a lot of Christian persons take. He says, look at it closer. And I remember him from an early child in terms of something that we held very closely. And he says, no. Let's go back to the original text.
He's saying something that I just said to you, that he should read the newspapers and tune into Radio Jamaica Radio Online more often when you want to get the news and what's happening in the nation. And I was just saying that I had not read the newspapers on the weekend, so at least 2 days behind in what the mainstream media has chosen to report.
But Sunday was muddy muddle and all kind of things. It continues on, but as you said, we do what we need to.
We have to look at all the happening things and not...
Yeah, but then another thing that has happened is that the teachers haven't signed. They rejected it out of hand in terms of what's happening. I remember Sonja, Mrs. Harris had come on our program.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so they've said no.
La Sonia,
yes.
Yeah.
So they've said they voted like...
overwhelmingly against it.
They said no.
What? We got to give some strength to those teachers, man. I'm always so concerned when the government's negotiating posture is take it or leave it. And somebody take it.
And they said, no, we're not taking that.
We still don't know what it's like if somebody were to leave it. I'm curious. I'm curious what happens if people truly hold out for what they want, fight for what they want, push for what they want. That is an unknown quantity right now as things stand in Jamaica. So, yeah, I saw that.
And the police.
And I definitely said a prayer for them in the moment, because until you really demand from the system what you need, you will not have a strong enough incentive to fix it. I love it. I heard my pastor said, we like to break it and then build again. Sometimes you have to break the system. You have to push it past its point of endurance. Test the mettle of those who are standing at the gate, pretending that the gate only swing one way.
Okay. True.
And that's the ultimate in accountability, It's making the system deliver what you need. If it can't stand up to the pressure that you put on it, it's not worth its weight or its place at the table. So I did appreciate seeing the teachers do that. A lot of changes are needed in our education sector. It starts with a fair wage for the level of effort they have to put out. And when you begin to pay, you can always increase your demands on a person when you're paying him properly. So it works both ways. Teachers say, we want this. All right. What am I getting from you?
And that's important in terms of as we raise the standards of accountability for the public service. One, it used to be said, we're not being paid well. This new scales going, okay, it's better to work in government than work in private sector now. Did you know that? Based on the new scales.
It's better to work in the
public
for some positions, for some jobs.
Significantly, yeah. And then, as we reflect on last week, you made a point in regards to Haiti and Jamaica, and the killing of that gentleman. And you're saying we need to watch, we need to see what is happening and look beyond what is the obvious to see what is the spiritual component of it. And you had me thinking about it over the weekend when I was reading some other things, and you're beginning to connect some dots and to say, hold on. And then we missed it because we weren't here, but the 9-year-old that was murdered in Hanover, the little girl.
Oh, yes.
The little girl.
In Esher.
Yes.
The 9-year-old.
Yeah. And you're going to yourselves, okay, that something is amiss.
Well, Pastor is literally connecting dots with his fingers. You can't see it because it's radio. Man. It's like we're starting new.
And then something that we missed also in the week I was just going through was where this old lady in I think it's Meadowbrook, gunmen came, shut up her house, set it on fire.
What?
And she died. Again.
We did miss that. Where did that happen? Which community is that?
It's in Meadowbrook area, because there's something that's happening, that a lot of the persons who live in these areas are retired older persons. And some of them have been complaining because people want properties. So they go and retired, but they target those people in those areas, so they want the property, and they're saying no.
Lowell is messing with you. Lowell want to know if they're retired from being old. Retired older persons.
No, but people
rather than older persons who are retired.
But people can retire, not be old. You know that. I know.
Yes, but that's why you put it the other way around.
Yeah.
Where.
So what happened? It caused me to begin to think, because I've heard about it, where what happens in a lot of these communities, these persons, they live alone, they don't have anybody, their properties are there, and probably somebody wants that for development, so they target them, and they say no, yeah, and I was wondering, why would gunmen come? Why would gunmen come? Say shoot up the house and then set it on fire
to clear the land. That is part of the clear, hold, and build.
Yeah, I remember.
But we saw it downtown.
Yeah.
We saw arsonists burning out a section of a community, and it is inexplicable except that you want to drive the people out.
Yeah.
And then when you tie that with the characteristics of some people who are buying up downtown.
Yes. And not only downtown, but they build up all of these. Yes.
Every area that. Yeah. And we were promised by our Minister of National Security that they were going to take a stern look at these real estate developers.
Yeah, right.
Who
that was said in the. Yeah.
Seem to have unexplained wealth.
Yeah.
And then it just.
Fizzled out.
Yeah,
but you made it. So here's the dots I'm connecting. The architect that was
murdered.
Murdered, yes.
Yes, and the way
and the way that lady lost her life. Gunmen come, shoot up the house, set the place on fire. Only our child remains. Turnbridge, yeah. Meadowbrook. So we just have to, I'm not going to say take sleep and mark it. We just have to become aware of what is happening and really now begin to, as people of God, begin to act and do because of our confidence, trust in the God of the universe, who we say is very much interested in what is happening to the people of this nation. Because God's heart has not turned away from those people who are helpless and vulnerable and orphans in our society. That is what true religion is about, according to James. And we see that theme throughout Scripture, from beginning to the end. His heart is for the vulnerable and the powerless in our society. Wake up, people. That is what this kingdom is about. We have to wake up to those realities and begin to act in our communities.
And you know that it's we same one who have to bring the change
Yes.
into effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, you may be asking, how am I going to offer any kind of challenge to the power of the gunman or the terror of the gunman? That just made me want to read Psalm 91. Because you must know that there are certain things which are promised to us when we step into the battle in defense of the dominion power that we have, or exercising the authority that we have. There are some things that are promised to us. We were talking about, I don't remember if you were a part of that conversation, but Joshua 1 verse 9, which you have claimed as your personal scripture.
Yes, one of them, yes.
In which case, I know you can recite it in your sleep. We're talking about it, and it's a scripture that the idea of something called good courage has always just teased my mind. Why would anyone require good courage? First, I said I did not know that there are different qualities of courage.
Yes, there are.
I just thought you're courageous. But when God himself is telling you to be of good courage, it means you're facing some challenges that are oversized. It means that just your normal, regular, get up in the morning, face some adverse circumstances kind of courage is not what you need. The things that are facing you require that you dig deeper. And it just made me think about what's happening in Jamaica and how deep we need to dig. And I looked too at the people that Joshua had to lead at the time when he was being commanded to be of good courage and to, be not dismayed. And I realized that just like how Jamaica is still, the descendants of a enslaved population, so it was. Joshua had some people who the last thing they remember was the stories of slavery, of not having land, of not having control of your resources, your labor, your time, of being told what to do, getting your food from the big house, just being demeaned into a powerless position. A lot of us in Jamaica feel that way. We feel like the opportunities such as exist are being totally taken up by other people. We don't see a place for us in the economy. Whatever position we're able to scratch out, it's vulnerable because it can so easily be taken from us. We have to live day by day and see Pharaoh getting fatter and stronger. And even when things happen that might be, the trigger for a change, we're not quite sure what to do, how to take advantage of this crack in the armor. And you're looking at it and really thinking that I'm not up to it, it's beyond me. And then you have to deal with the deceit and all the misdirection that comes because you spend a lot of taxpayers' money creating regulatory agencies, beefing up investigative capacity, buying technology and equipment to fight against this or that. And then at the end of the day, you discover that if you spend $10, you got the value of $2 because $8 got stolen. If you train, 100 people, 50 of them are deceptive and into something else. If you even say we're investigating this or that, at the end of the day, you can't get no reports on the investigation. You don't know the outcome of things, and you're just sort of treading water and never getting to land and never really getting to do something significant. That's how you feel, and that's how things appear generally. In that moment, in that place, is when your
good courage,
Joshua, the promise to Joshua was, I go with you wherever you go. So even if you make a bad choice, I am with you in your bad choice. And if you give that suffering, that pain, that confusion to me, Meaning you turn to me and say, okay, this don't look like it's working to my advantage.
That's
You
all right.
can have access to the wisdom of God, and in so doing, make the necessary correction. So we're at a time in our own history when we need to make the necessary correction. We're going to take our break now.
I was about to say that. We're at a time to take our break.
We're taking our break
But you need, but we come back with that because I have very important points that you are making. The good courage.
Good courage.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100.5 on your dial. Keep listening.
Youngsters in the parish of Portland who are victims of crimes and other forms of abuse now have a child-friendly center where they can get counseling and other support services at no cost. Stay tuned for more. I am Jeremy Lee Nelson. The Child-Friendly Center was made possible through a $6.7 million donation by the United States government to help fight child trafficking in Jamaica under the U.S.-Jamaica Child Protection Compact CPC partnership. A child-friendly center or space is an environment designed to help children who are victims of crime to feel safe, calm, and comfortable while interacting with professionals, including law enforcement officers, social workers, healthcare professionals, and prosecutors. The facility is located at the Ministry of Justice's Victim Support Division VSD Portland office at Shops 8 and 9 Bryans Bay Plaza in Port Antonio. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the new center will help the government meet the needs of children who have been abused, as many such youngsters end up becoming prime targets for further exploitation and candidates for gangs. Minister Chuck adds that the center will also play a critical role in helping children address the various types of trauma and challenges that they face in various areas of the country. The center is the fourth such facility to be opened in the country. The others operate out of the Kingston, Trelawney, and St. James VSD parish offices. Noting that many clients of the VSD are children, Minister Chuck says while some may not have been victimized, they have faced situations that leave them disoriented and uninterested in activities for their personal development. Meanwhile, U.S. Ambassador to Jamaica, Nick Perry, echoed the notion that the center will be worthwhile for children who have experienced trauma and related challenges.
Specialized training from the run-up.
In 2018, the United States and Jamaica signed an agreement, along with the Warnock Group, for a 4-year plan to build on and strengthen Jamaica's existing efforts in the identification, provision of comprehensive trauma-informed care, as well as the prevention of child trafficking in all its forms. The agreement seeks to build the capacity of Jamaican law enforcement and victim service providers to increase the level of victim-centered care that is appropriate and tailored to the needs of the victims. And that's it for this feature. For more information on the services of the Victim Services Division, call 876-946-0663 or send an email to vsd@moj.gov.jm.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Business owners, what do you want our listeners to know about your business? Check out the Business Spotlight every Thursday at 11:15 a.m. inside Lifted with Darren Chosen Smith, catering to all your advertising needs. Call our sales and marketing department now at 876-276-5072 or 876-887-0800 or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. That's the Business Spotlight right here on Bess100 FM.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how we do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call, cause trust me.
Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Bess100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Yeah, good morning and welcome back.
Breaking news, but before you do the breaking news in terms of...
It will not be breaking news anymore.
No, but the point you were on...
The two things coincide actually, because I saw that coming through. Even as we were talking about... Go ahead, Percy. You like the point.
No, you go
In
ahead.
other words, you've forgotten the point.
No. You were speaking when you were signaled with the break, so that's what
yeah. You're all well, we're always, and I pray that we have the capacity to do it for so long as we're here, just drawing your attention to the fact that this good courage that the Lord himself was pulling out of Joshua, fairly young man, had been aid to Moses. Moses now dead, and the Israelites need to cross the Jordan and enter the land of Canaan. Canaan was the land promised from the time of Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
It is the land in which they lived until they went off to Egypt to away from the famine. And it is the land to which they were returning. But these who were returning now, this is 430 years later. So they don't know nothing about no Canaan. To them is a foreign land occupied by other people. Some of them were frighteningly tall.
Yes.
And
land of giants,
the land of giants, the relatives of the Anakites.
That's why you had Goliath.
When you and following up Bible lore, understanding that when the angels saw that the daughters of men looked beautiful, they came down and created children.
They came down and saw Minett.
They wouldn't have any children at Minett. They were saying trouble that. But they had children, and it is understood that these were not normal children. So you that's the whole story in and of itself. You're descended from angels, but Joshua now had the charge to lead this group of people whose last known occupation, aside from grumbling and complaining in the wilderness, they were slaves, farmers.
Yeah, they were slaves previously, so there's a mentality that they had to get out of. Yeah. And so
they were not soldiers, warriors, and that's the point I want to make, because a lot of us go say, but me not have the education, them people that them book learned and they smart. Or you might say these gunmen have high powered weapons and they're organized and hungry and ruthless. I am just a shopkeeper, whatever you are in the situation. To my sister out there in Angel's Estate, who is under assault all the time from the party people who make noise, you may think I'm just one person living here who have a strong objection to this type of behavior. Well, let me tell you, if you stay in that place seeing only the weaknesses, you will be overcome. But this is where Joshua 1 verse 9
is important.
And
I'm going to give it to persons from...
Oh, you're doing different translations.
Yeah, so the first one is, which is you... the one that it says, be of good courage. You never understood.
That's the King James.
Have I not commanded you? Be strong enough, of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with you, whithersoever thou goest. The Amplified Look what it says. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified or dismayed, intimidated. For the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. I like the thing. Because what?
Intimidated.
Yeah. Yes. When we talk about the gunmen and those,
them
come. That is what they use to intimidate
or
you.
The people with their noise who let the police manipulate the police and have their connections, and you're just one person thinking that for sure they're gonna throw something into my house and so on and so forth. You feel intimidated. You have another version.
Have I not ordered you? This is interesting, This is in the complete Jewish. Be strong, be bold. So don't be afraid or downhearted, because Adonai, your God, is with you wherever you go. And it's interesting. Adonai is the one who is the fighter manifestation of the Godhead. Because you have Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha. Yes. Adonai.
Just like how we were talking about the different expressions of the Spirit of God, and we went into the might of God. Adonai.
Force.
Might of God.
Yeah.
What I noticed as you're reading the different translations is that there are different ways to interpret what's going on in the spirit, why God had to give such a command. But what does not change? There is no change to the words, God is with you wherever you go.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a promise that you don't have to try and interpret. What does it mean that he's with me?
And it's interesting that
it means if you're there, he's there.
Have I not? It's a command, It's like him say, time for war.
Yeah, but I always imagine, why was it necessary for a command to be given? We who operate under authority, we understand that when a command is given, you don't have to try and rationalize it, interpret it. It means get up and move. Obedience is the automatic response to a command when you are under authority.
Yes.
That's why even the centurion said to Jesus, speak the word and my servant will be healed, because like you, I am a man under authority. I say a word, it is done. And, we talk about why the JDF functions differently from the police force. That is the reason why soldiers function differently from peacekeeper police, work with citizen police. Soldiers move based on authority, the chain of command. You don't need to question. If it's coming from there, sir, you just move on it. Of course, now there are different ways of handling that, because people are recognizing that some who have authority will abuse it and give instructions to soldiers that ought not to be given. So now I love it that we are reprising the sovereignty of man, because those laws coming out of the military courts, which show that a soldier must still maintain a conscience and a morality that allow them to
do what is right.
Even in the face of a command.
And let's go back to beginnings. You spoke up.
Are you following my red herring? Or
no, I'm not following your red herring. I'm just
no, it's a good sidebar. It's a good sidebar.
The sovereignty and the authority that you are beginning.
Yes,
because you've been restored.
That is what we're reprising. We're following the restoration. The ministry of reconciliation requires us to get back to the sovereignty that God gave us. And it's interesting to see humanity moving in keeping with the will of God, even though they don't even know or intend, because the world is moving on its own axis of evil and terror. But you see some things happening.
No.
Yeah, you see some things happening which are very much exactly as God ordained, even those who are saying they don't believe in God and so on and so forth. We have been reprising the sovereignty of man by insisting and finding ways to ensure that men understand and maintain integrity. So even though you are a man under authority, when you get certain commands, you still have a duty to consider the source, the origin, the purpose of the command. Notwithstanding all of that, we're back now to just understanding rightly what it means that God is with you wherever you go. And so there is a quality of courage that you must bring to the table so that you can get up and move and give God something to do for you.
Yeah, that's important.
If they're lying on the ground,
if
the next step is to bury you.
He can't do anything because understand this how it was. When he created us, he said, I want you to rule, take them, and have dominion. And what he did in that moment was put boundaries that says, I will not intervene until you say, okay, I need your help. I need your help. This one look bigger. And we see that in terms of scripture, Chronicles 2:20, different points in time when they says, these people look bigger than us, but based on the word you give, we are going to use those instructions to defeat him. Like a David, when he saw the giant, and him say, you come to me, but I come to you in the name of our God, who is going to give you my flesh today. You think you're going to eat my flesh? Yeah, now work that way. And it is the courage, the good courage that David had to withstand and to overcome when everybody else was cowering in fear.
Whenever David's name is called in the Goliath context, it always, I'm always reminded that David's good courage came in part from the great offense he took that the might of his God was being challenged.
That's what it was.
And there are times when what will really give you courage, good courage, mindless courage, blind courage, whatever it is your soul being stirred up by the injustice, the inequities, the things that are happening which are causing pain and trauma elsewhere. Like you come in this morning and you say, I read about a senior citizen whose house was set on fire and shut up and even caused her to die. And I recognize that it is coming from a spirit that is challenging my faith, my belief that God is in control of what's happening in Jamaica. Now, if you get really steamed up about it and decide that you are bringing a challenge to these forces, you're not even thinking anymore about what of Percy. And
I think of most of the guys who have taken on.
Yes, it comes from that. It comes from that place.
Yes.
I was reading about. I'm just trying to remember which African country it is, but this guy was leader of the opposition when he was murdered. They're just now getting, in fact, his murder. So what he did, I think he was a school teacher too, leading the opposition party at a time when the ruling party
authoritarian and doing them thing to authoritarian regime.
I'm trying to remember which country you're saying, Lowell.
In Steve Biko.
No. It's recently. It's in recent times, because they're just now getting to have democratic elections again. It's the usual case of a strong man taking power and promising that he was just gonna calm things down and then have elections.
And then had it for years and years.
Wouldn't let it go and began to make changes to entrench himself more firmly,
which is what normally
in a position. That is the course of the devil, which is what normally happens. We're talking politics, but it's very spiritual because that is how it works. It comes in kind of giving you smooth, pretty stories that, yeah, man, you need somebody to just calm things down. And then it was what happened with Venezuela. Much as I did like Hugo Chavez, it was the same thing. You get yourself settled in power, and then suddenly you don't want to let it go.
You love power.
You don't want to go back to the point where people choose you. You want to impose yourself on your people. The leader of the opposition led a march protesting certain changes being introduced by the government.
In terms of the constitution.
Which would have entrenched themselves even further. This was a government that one of the tactics they used was to kidnap people and put them in so-called black sites, and they used torture and so on. And the man was taken. They broke up, just like how the UIC was having their march. And during the COVID time, and the police was there with a show of force on the technical basis that no permission had been granted for the gathering. Similar thing, police went in, they took the guy and they arrested a number of persons, but he was not released. He just disappeared.
And then the phone is dead.
No, it's long after, but his arrest and disappearance led to massive,
Sparked
right.
it. Like what is happening in Iran.
Yeah. And you can see now, that is also the pathology of the exercise of good courage. The people were so incensed by the arrest and disappearance of this man. They kept demanding that he be brought forth and getting nowhere. Eventually, of course, they tore down the regime. They now, and just recently, I think it's Belgium that he released is it Belgium?
Body?
They found it. The remains, I think, were tested in Belgium because he had some gold filling or something, whatever. But they found the remains in some remote village.
So it's the good courage. It's the good courage that is needed now.
And I only make mention. I'm gonna find which African state it is. They've recently celebrated some celebration took place recently because his wife is still around. And I mean, I mention it because sometimes you will die. No, people don't like to hear that their good courage might end in the grave. But whatever it is that your nation needs to turn that corner, you have to count it a worthwhile cause to put yourself on the line.
Okay. You got to believe in something higher and bigger than
yes.
yourself.
And that courage should carry you past the resistance or the desire. People don't like to talk about dying and so on, but for me, it's a part of our reality that our bodies are finite. We're either going to die peacefully in our sleep, or we're gonna die while doing something, or somebody's going to going to kill us because we talk too much on radio early in the morning. You know that can be a fatal offense.
We know that. And it's something that I fully recognize what I'm saying until
the philosophy.
No. Until Father says it is so, then that's all right.
Well, the first thing is, my belief, and no doubt yours, is that every breath we draw is based on the plan and the will of God. If He don't want you to be here, you can't be here. And when He wants you to be here, even your most determined suicidal act will fail.
Yeah.
So you live according to purpose and by conscience.
That's why they would say God's willing.
Yes, yeah. If He don't will it, it can't be.
Yeah, God's willing.
Yeah, if He doesn't permit it, it will not happen. But the good courage that is required from Jamaicans must take us past dealing with what is happening in the financial sector, dealing with our own government, who is now frustrating the exercise of our democratic processes. Local governments are very important. I know we like to treat it as the second cousin to the general elections, but it's not. The truth of the matter is, it's even more important. That's where the voice of the people can truly, truly, truly be expressed. And I noticed that various administrations give it short shrift because they want to mislead us on its importance. It's treated as it's treated like the afterbirth. The baby is here now. Just some little unpleasantness is left, but you have the baby, don't you? Yeah. But I tell you, just like the afterbirth, it can kill you.
It's not a joke if it's not taken care of properly.
Yes.
Yeah. People don't know that. But you talk about being of good courage. Here's a good courage that happened. And we mentioned it last week in joke. It's 7:30 when we come back.
It's 7:30 already? Oh, it just turned.
In terms of this road traffic act and things leading up to it, Jamaicans need to be of good courage.
Yeah.
Good courage.
Business owners, what do you want our listeners to know about your business? Check out the Business Spotlight every Thursday at 11:15 a.m. inside Lifted with Darren Chosen Smith, catering to all your advertising needs. Call our sales and marketing department now at 876-276-5072 or 876-887-0800 or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. That's the Business Spotlight right here on Bess100 FM.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Bess100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in
Jamaica, we're going up and not under. No more slaves any longer. We were once weak, but now we are stronger, stronger, stronger. Join me, Darren Chosen Smith, Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted, right here on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. Tune in and be informed, motivated, entertained, and spiritually lifted. Your weekdays will never be the same again. Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM with yours truly, Darren Chosen Smith. Tune in and be lifted.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Bess FM.
come back.
Yes, as you were going out, you haven't been in the paper because you were on your adventures or your capers over the weekend.
Yes. So don't you love what little I shared with you?
Yes, it was. No, man. But you are discovering a lot of things about Jamaica, and it's one of the reasons why you hear the government saying the church, they might give it a seat in their authority to the church because they recognize the power that the church have. But I don't think we recognize fully as church people how we can really pressure and get the government to do right according to its people. I've known of pastors in my life and says, politician can come, but it's both are not coming. So I'm not going to favor one side over the other. And some people say, oh, me no want no politician on my church. If you want to come and sit down.
Yes, but don't tell us who you are.
Yeah, just come and sit down and enjoy yourself. But this is our politics.
Well, one of the unpleasant realities of our local politics is that politicians feel that wherever they go, they need to speak.
Yeah.
You can't just have a politician in your service and he's not. Like when they reported on the launch of Reggae Month at your church, I thought Minister Babsy Grange did the sermon. Because the newspaper coverage was just all about what she said. And she was speaking in a church or at a church, I don't know. But so they can't resist the microphone, and when they're in a room, it means that,
pastors and politicians are the same thing with the microphone.
Lord, Percy, you take it out of my mouth. I was going to say to you, pastors have that feeling too.
I never can.
And
somebody
wherever two or three are gathered.
You don't sit up.
Wherever two or three are gathered, and a pastor is included.
And then go to another church and a pastor. Come say something for them. I say, no, it's all right.
Yeah.
It does come to sit down.
What I did on the weekend, and I mean, this was just an amazing event. A friend of ours that we met at one of our conferences in South Africa. He's Jamaican, so Jamaicans meeting up a foreign, which is the best place to meet Jamaicans sometimes. And we were of some service to him. He has an overseas charity that does work in Jamaica, but he had always wanted to have the charity established in Jamaica. And, long and short of it, we got him sorted out. So 2 things were happening. On this weekend, he was having the dedication of the newly registered now Jamaican charities that he has set up. I must get him to come talk to us one of these days. So he was having that dedicated, and he was also hosting the award ceremony for his 100 Scripture Club, and an education-based initiative that he runs. COVID 2020, they were not able to do it. 2021, they were not able to do it. So the award for 2022 was taking place this weekend gone, and he was also going to deliver the awards for 2020 and 2021.
Oh, wow. So yes. Would enough people come?
Oh, yes. So he invited Loyal and me to do the hosting, the MC work. And he wanted Loyal to put his production skills to work to just kind of get the... Right. Well, as it turns out, when we went, Lowell had it easy because the bishop for the overall area brought his IT team, and let me tell you, they were on point.
Tell me about it, because that's what COVID did for a lot of churches.
Got everybody to be a TV station.
It pulled a lot of the young people. Those skills, and if you're wise enough as a bishop, come on, don't just do the thing.
Yes, well, his team is external.
Yes,
there's a firm that covers this thing.
Yes,
they came with their high-end equipment and them set up them tripods, and Lowell never had to open up his car at all. But technology didn't replace me, so I still had work to do.
ChatGPT probably might do it too.
But just being there and experiencing the excellence of the hospitality and seeing the different age groups represented in the church family was something else. It gave me such hope Such hope. This was taking place in Trelawney, near to Saltmarsh, and the family of churches, and I did not know that the Church of God of Prophecy was such a huge family in Jamaica. So, wow.
Big shout out to Judah Headlam.
So who I know now is I met Bishop Pearson. You know Bishop Pearson?
Probably in the scheme of things.
Pearson.
You meet so much people in this life.
But anyway, Lambert Pearson, I think his name is. Anyway, Bishop was there. He was the senior man on the spot. A husband and wife team are the pastors for the church.
Yes.
Pastor Percival.
That name sounds
familiar. And what was amazing when we got there early in the morning, and the pastors were on point, on location, getting the building ready. So they were carrying, Pastor Percival was carrying chairs. That is a woman after my own heart. Taking chairs out of their storage and getting the sanctuary set up. And the other Pastor Percival was the chef.
Yes, man.
Hey.
Man of skills.
Listen to me, man. I watched the two work like, just a synchronized team of the wife taking care of the building and the husband and take care of the kitchen.
Yes, man.
Oh, it was just a beautiful, beautiful day. But we're talking about local government, and you brought in the influence of the church. And I saw where we are. I saw where we have a hope of getting it right. And I also saw where the breakdown is taking place, and it's the same place, really. We looked at children from the one on the suckling babe, because the lady who was welcoming persons had her little one at her, on her bosom. Yes. And we saw the suckling. We saw the toddlers running around. And let me tell you, I never heard one person speak harshly to a child.
Okay.
Nobody was making a fuss over the kids just running around. There was one, he looked like he's about 3. Every time he passed me, he gave me a sweeping, frowning look. It's like, why are you here? Who are you? And he reminded me of my niece's little one, Makeo. Good morning, Makeo. On your way to school, no doubt. The kids were, this was their place too.
Of course.
Yeah. The freedom, the women were relaxed, but still a whole heap of women still, because of the 10 awardees, 1 was male. But when I looked across that day, because they had many participants, so there may be about maybe
that percentage, maybe
30 or 40. There were boys were mixed in it too, but what rose to the top, 9 girls, 1 young man. And the ages of the awardees from age 12 to the oldest person was 20. I suspect she was involved in the 2020, 2021.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but COVID, she almost aged out. It's been 2 years.
But it speaks to, as you said, there's hope. There's hope. I believe very strongly that in this time and season, the mission is beyond the walls of the church. It's in the communities. It's interacting.
But the church in the community.
No, but I'm saying...
And that's why that's what you're saying is right, And I said but. It should be and the church is in the community. Because that partnership...
Yeah, but even though some of the times you are in a community, I've seen it, you are not au fait with what is happening in the community beyond your walls. And that's what I'm saying. We have to be even more so out there in the community instead of we come for this meeting and so on. Yeah, because everything happens. You need to say, something beginning to brew. Let's go to the church to bring about the restoration.
So, for example, this week, I think you and I talked about it on Thursday. This is, I once said Justice Week, but it's not just justice. Let me. This is Restorative Justice Week. But hear this now. Look at this in the paper. We're gonna do an analysis here. The Ministry of Justice has taken out what looks like a full page ad. Full page ad in the Gleaner. It is on page B6. Go look at page B6. The biggest thing in the ad is Minister of Justice face.
It's always about the PR. Let us not fool ourselves. I tell them all.
The biggest thing is a picture of the Honorable Delroy Chuck, Minister of Justice, as he looked 15 to 20 years ago. It's not even current.
Yeah,
here it is. We are supposed to be talking about, and you can tell, so I'm going to tell you. Let me read this advertisement for your advertorial, because it's more than just. The biggest thing is a full page ad, maybe about, there's a small column to the left that deals with the actual subject matter, and the big 3/4 of the page is taken up with Delroy Chuck's face, smiling. Then they are calling it restorative justice, but the restorative is in small print, and the justice is big, big, big in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And the focus, is on restorative.
It should be bigger. The bigger thing should be restorative. This and this should be in the same font.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then the date and the theme is stories of restoration. Everyone has a say the RJ way. I don't know what stories they're going to be emphasizing, but it does look like, and I'm not decrying the need to promote and involve Jamaicans in the effort. Restorative justice is the only type of justice.
It's at the heart of what's happening.
Justice delivers nothing if people don't feel restored.
That's correct.
Because the righteousness that we are calling into being is one where people feel that they're back in right relationship with each other and with God. And
Amen,
it's a restorative process.
Amen, sister.
You just want me shut up.
Amen. I never said
I'm going to take an offering.
You're going to take an offering.
If you keep saying that, I'm going to take an offering. Yeah, so there's a little thing about restorative justice. But this is the week of activities, and I was looking at the schedule of activities.
So tomorrow,
a national effort is religious services, Thanksgiving, throughout every parish of Jamaica.
And we saw that last week.
Yeah.
Because
in fact,
all the different churches that they would be doing it was highlighted.
Yes.
On Thursday last week.
Yeah.
And then RJ Pandikana. Public awareness sessions at all RJ centers.
That's today.
Today.
But they make it sound like them have plenty centers.
I think there's at least one now per parish,
They're not established yet. That's the hope. That is prophetically speaking. And the one I know, there are several in Kingston though. Because don't they have one? They have one in Trenchtown.
Mm-hmm.
I saw something in Augustown. Those are the two I know.
And remember
which other ones you know?
I'm not sure now, but we could always Google. But one of the things that they did, they signed a letter of undertaking with the umbrella organization for all churches, and the present chairman is the Catholic Archbishop Richards, and that was done like in October last year. So to sign that churches using the churches as restorative centers and not the training of different individuals.
And really now putting that into proper and immediate effect would have given them restorative centers all over the island.
Yeah.
That's not in effect though.
No, but they're still working on it. We should probably ask them and see, because this is something that we really want in terms of people understanding that restorative justice is crucial before it escalates to another level. And we have in a lot of the things.
So yeah, it might be useful, Percival, to speak with the chairman on the same group that you just spoke about.
Yeah.
On how they are seeking to get all church, all worship centers be designated restorative justice centers so that all of Jamaica could be moving at the same pace in this direction. And it's good that the government embraces such a policy, but the government cannot be the one to implement. Government is the source of most of the injustice, but they have public funds which can be used to provide staff and services. When you bring all these churches into the mix as justice centers, there are some minimum facilities that you need to provide them, not the least of which would be internet access.
Important.
And a secretariat, you know, photocopying capabilities, letter writing capabilities, so some kind of secretarial skill set. Yeah, real support, so persons can actually have access. A lot of times the policy is right, but access to the facilities that it speaks to don't exist. So it's just another anyway. On Tuesday, they are doing restorative practice.
A school intervention.
This is in St. Andrew.
I wonder where in St. Andrew.
We're in St. Andrew.
Yeah, because some more details would help us.
No, the only thing that is all island
the church service
is the church service. But the truth is, all these things need to be all island.
Okay.
On Wednesday, they're doing a public awareness session at Harmony Beach Park in St. James. And on Thursday, facilitators have a cohort of persons in training who are going to be who will be graduating on the 9th, Thursday the 9th. And on Friday, they're having a conference in Kingston. So them not invite Percy as a justice of the peace. Are you invited to that conference?
No.
Do you receive information on it? Are you included in what they're doing?
No, they're trying to improve that in terms of, soon get an email address that the justice of peace.
Yeah.
Anybody can look at it.
Those are things like when you get a new job and they give you a key to the bathroom, a roll of toilet paper, a mug and a towel. That's the government of Jamaica.
Oh, you were recalling your initial phase?
No, I've never worked with government that way, but I've been in government offices and see people with mug and I see towel and I see them with the key and taking out their toilet paper. I've seen that at the Supreme Court, actually. But I'm just kind of tongue-in-cheek saying, when you take a job in the private sector or you're appointed to something, there's a little kit that you get that's set up and waiting on you. Emails that's not a new invention.
But they're just starting to do it now. They're just doing that now. But
yeah, and they're doing Restorative Justice Week. And you sitting here as a new JP, you would think that they would make sure that the new JPs are fully integrated into their planning. Is it that they send something to you and you not get it, or
I'll have to just
you're gonna check? You should check, Percy, because let me tell you, if we are doing something like Restorative Justice Week and the same justices of the peace that the Minister of Justice is calling on to be all things to all men in the resolution of social ills, if they are not integrated into the heart of it, is complete foolishness. It's another hype. Mind you, we know that already, because from I see the half page of picture, the 3/4 page of Delroy Chuck, I know that this is more PR than substance.
And I'm really hoping that for a lot of things it moves beyond just PR, because that is what is the bane of this government. It's too much PR, man.
But Percival, you who like to talk about the Machiavellian principles, going after the appearance of good or virtue rather than the actual substance of it, you can see through this one.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Because you're a JP. I mean, know that you're not careless with your how you treat with your
no, it calls more and more these days. But
your correspondence and your obligations.
Yeah, just go back to the parish council election and the Road Traffic Act. Let's do as we come up to a thing.
We're coming up to
the 8 o'clock break. You made the point that this parish council election is so vital to be held because you, as you have said, it acts as a valve in the body politic in terms of allowing for expression of how people are feeling. And then he also made the point, which was personal to you, in terms of an application.
My Borough Bridge
experience. And says, you know, if parish local government is not about just it being local, meaning the people don't have any sense, but it is.
Did I say that?
No, because the local in terms of local meaning common, not have any impact,
unsophisticated. The big deal is the general election.
You're right.
I may have called it the afterbirth.
yeah. But you said that if somebody who understand the local issues, because you see your thing went all the way up to NAA, no?
Yeah, I have a letter signed by, I think, Mr. Patrick Rose.
So you have to lick down, so you have to basically lick down the bill in order to do what they're asking you to do. Now, this Road Traffic Act says it's whole about input with people who understand to say, does this make sense? Can this be enforceable? Now the government has to be backtracking because this Road Traffic Act, which has been in gestation for many years, and then we had the regulations. I'm backtracking because people say, I saw somebody sent a video to me where the man put on him
on his car.
No children. That's like he went to places, no children.
No pets.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And people are saying, but there are some other things there that really don't make no sense when you look at it. Like, there's been a lot of commentary on the web, social media, about this $150,000 with the smoking vehicle. And somebody says, if your vehicle smokes, if you have to pay $150,000 to fix a smoke, where you going to get the money to fix it? Because if your vehicle smoking, Mr. Producer, no, something wrong with the engine.
Yeah.
You probably need a new engine. One ring, so you understand to those one. So, what may I tell you?
Well, it's kind of embarrassing to see, the people who were standing so tough against the taxi operators who wanted some relief with how to handle the ticketing issue. It was interesting to see them announce that, we're going to go back to the drawing board with regard to this baby carriage business, the baby seat.
It was so funny, I saw this thing where somebody take the baby, I told me baby seat, they put it in the car and strap down the child. You don't understand?
Oh, they put the baby seat in the car?
No, not the baby seat that is made. You know, you have these chairs that you put your chair in, like if them have a play area and they have a chair. Somebody take one, put in the car, and stop the child on and say, that is a baby seat.
That's where we strain the baby. It revealed a side of how lacking in wisdom we are. That was embarrassing to observe. Embarrassing to observe. My attention was attracted to a scripture this morning. I want to share it with you before we go into the break. It is about the ostrich, the comments that were made about the ostrich.
Not the ant this time.
No, not the ant this time, the ostrich. Let me make sure I find it. Because the Lord was saying, I've created the ostrich in a certain way. And the ostrich is described as lacking in wisdom. He said, I didn't give him any wisdom. And that is why it functions in that way with regards to the treatment of its young. I read it and I thought, whoa, hold on. Is that just the ostrich who's behaving like that?
Strike on.
There's for the taxi drivers.
Strike on.
Yeah. In the book of Job chapter 39, when God was answering Job and demonstrating his sovereignty and therefore really laying out the reason why when he does a thing, man's duty is to remain patient and see where it's going. He talked about the ostrich. May I just take 30 seconds to do this?
Go ahead.
He says the wings of the ostrich wave proudly, but are her wings and pinions like the kindly storks? The ostrich is a massive bird by comparison, but it can't fly.
True.
For she leaves her eggs on the ground and warms them in the dust. She forgets that a foot may crush them, or that a wild beast may break them. She treats her young harshly as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain, without concern, because God deprived her of wisdom and did not endow her with understanding. What caught my eye was that, oh my gosh, when we treat our children as though they're not ours.
Like the ostrich.
And like the ostrich, when we behave like the ostrich, it is because we lack wisdom and understanding. Mind you, he did end by saying, but when she lifts herself on high, she outruns the horse and its rider. She has her own skill and her own talent. But the lack of wisdom means that she cannot do for her young
but she should be
as any other mother, parent would do. She'd never get the wisdom and the understanding. And we who have the wisdom and the understanding
and
behave like an ostrich.
If you like, you just act.
Yeah.
It's in our national anthem too.
All right, I permit you to take the break.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. You're simply the best.
Bess FM 100.5 on your dial. Keep listening.
Hello, I'm Emily Thomas with the BBC News. Turkey says a second earthquake has hit the same region where an earlier pre-dawn quake killed at least 1,500 people. A huge rescue operation is underway in bitter winter weather across much of southern Turkey and northwestern Syria. The Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said thousands were taking part in the rescue work.
The state authorities have taken immediate action since the earthquake. The armed forces and others with experience of disaster management have been called on to duty. We are prioritizing search and rescue efforts. Currently, 9,000 personnel are taking part in this work.
With more details, here's Mike Thompson.
Even before the second earthquake struck, the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan had described the tragedy as his country's largest disaster since a quake in eastern Turkey in 1939. Casualty numbers from today's second quake are still unclear, but in Turkey at least 900 died in the first quake and 5,000 have been injured. Hundreds have also been killed in war-torn northern Syria, with dozens of fatalities reported in both government-controlled and rebel-held areas. The region is home to millions of Syrian refugees living in camps on both sides of the border.
President Erdogan says 45 countries have offered help following the earthquake. The European Union is sending search and rescue teams to Turkey. Rescuers from the Netherlands and Romania are already on their way. France, Germany, Israel and the United States are among other countries offering assistance. NATO is mobilising support, and Vladimir Putin says Russia is also offering help. Beijing has acknowledged that a balloon spotted flying over Latin America is from China. A similar balloon that flew across the United States was shot down by the US Air Force over the sea on Saturday. Navy divers are searching for the wreckage. Steve McDonnell reports.
Beijing's explanation for why a second Chinese high-altitude balloon has ended up in Latin America is basically the same as that for the device, which has now been shot down by the US Air Force. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said the balloon, spotted by Colombian officials, had only limited maneuverability and had been accidentally blown off course. The Pentagon said the second Chinese balloon had also been used for spying, but according to the Chinese government, both balloons were civilian research vessels.
The Israeli army says it's killed several Palestinian militants during a raid on a refugee camp in Jericho in the occupied West Bank. Details are still unclear, but the local Palestinian governor said 5 people were believed to have been shot dead. Israel says the operation was aimed at arresting members of the militant group Hamas involved in a failed gun attack on an Israeli restaurant near Jericho last month. BBC News. Human Rights Watch has warned of an escalation of tension between Tutsi and Hutu communities in eastern Congo as a result of fighting involving a militia Rwanda is accused of backing. It says the M23 armed group has carried out summary executions and forced recruitment of civilians. Here's Will Ross.
As the Rwandan-backed M23 militia continues its offensive in eastern Congo, Human Rights Watch says it's leaving behind a growing trail of war crimes. It's found evidence that during an attack in Kishishe, the largely Tutsi militia killed civilians and then ordered people who'd been recruited by force to bury the dead, including some of their own relatives. The rights group says Rwandan officials could be found complicit in M23 war crimes, and it's called on the international community to suspend all military support to Rwanda.
Political leaders in North Korea will meet later this month to discuss what they describe as the urgent task of growing more food. The country has permanent shortages, but these are thought to have become more acute over recent years. There are reports that prices for basic food items such as rice, pork and cooking oil have risen sharply in recent months. Israel's ambassador to Zambia has had her phone and diplomatic passport stolen in front of her bodyguards while in the capital, Lusaka. Ofra Fahi was crossing the street when a car pulled up alongside her. The occupants grabbed her bag, causing her to fall to the floor. She sustained minor injuries and has been treated at a local clinic. Police in India have arrested 2 men accused of falsely offering jobs to 28 people they allegedly tricked into counting trains for a month. The victims paid thousands of dollars to secure what they thought was a role with Indian Railways. They'd been told this was part of their training to be ticket examiners, clerks or traffic assistants. That's the latest world news from the BBC with me, Emily Thomas.
Business owners, what do you want our listeners to know about your business? Check out the Business Spotlight every Thursday at 11:15 a.m. inside Lifted with Darren Chosen Smith, catering to all your advertising needs. Call our sales and marketing department now at 876-276-5072 or 876-887-0800 or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. That's the Business Spotlight right here on Bess100 FM.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us on 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how we do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call cause trust me.
Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is already pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Bess100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in the Lord.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Lady Lee, the Queen of the South, and I'm inviting you all to trailblaze with me on the best of the best radio station, the Bess100 FM, Mondays through Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. You can't afford to miss it on your airwaves. Yes! Trailblaze with Lady Lee right here, Mondays to Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. on the best of the best, Bess100 FM. Mwah.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Well, good morning and welcome back. We're going into the segment now where we turn on the lines, open the lines, so you can have an opportunity to, give us your 2 cents worth.
No, it's dollars. The inflation has hit us, so it's no longer 2 cents. It's dollars we're speaking. Give us your dollars worth.
Yeah, dollar might be too expensive.
About what you think is happening in the nation, but more importantly, what are the potential solutions to the problems that we're having, and how do we as Jamaicans take a hold of those problems and cause real solutions for real people in real situations. Hey, God poetic this morning, real solution for real people in real situations. So like the RTA, Road Traffic Act, the real Road Traffic Act.
Mm-hmm. I was looking at the list of I found this on the JCF. On the JCF side.
So there's 147.
147 offenses in the act.
And from 5,000 to 150,000. That's what it is. So the lines are now open. Lines are open for you to call in 876-619-1508 and 876-279-8473. You can call in and tell us what you think. Government has backtracked. You notice the minister, the prime minister, he's chief amongst the ministers. He made the press conference and there are a group of persons standing behind him who are standing in solidarity.
Really? Stay out of the line of fire.
You saying on me?
Yeah, it's never a good look when a newly established law has to go back to the drawing board, especially when they were so forceful. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Connection.
Love and bless.
Hey, African.
How are you, my brother?
How are you?
You know, my present and I give thanks for it, you know. It's good to be here, you know.
Yeah, what's up?
You know, some old lady lose her money down at the Half-a-Tree Bank there, door.
Which Half-a-Tree Bank is that?
The big bank on Half-a-Tree there.
NCB.
What do they call it? NCB?
Yeah, well, there are two. There are two in the area. But anyway, regardless of which bank it is, what happened to her? What happened to her money?
She not go down her money, can't get her money, brethren. I'm not telling a lie, you know. My mother about 90-year-old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then take away her money, brethren.
So,
Miss Minett.
Yeah, what explanation are they giving her? Because it something is missing in that narrative there.
Yes.
You know, say, and my sister tell me, say, them take her money. I not hear from her, you know, because from that, I not see her, you know.
I would be curious, African, and see what, if anything, we could do to be of assistance, because that's not normal. We'd have to be sure which bank it is.
You know, so never try, never see her here. Never check back my sister and here we are going.
What happened? Yes, yeah.
You know, I tell you, like, Miss Minett, I not feel good about them something here we are going to Jamaica, you know.
That's...
A whole heap of things are going around away. Nothing I reach we, you know, Miss Minett.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, it has turned me in a all kind of something, you know. Man stand, all kind of something it has turned me in, you know, Miss Minett.
Well, you know, African, if you were listening earlier, we were talking about the encouragement that Jamaicans need to take at this time to strengthen us in our resolve to fight against those things. So rather than let something turn us into a monster, which is entirely possible because you start make decisions to go in every kind of direction, you really have to pick a course that is not only going to solve the problem, but will make it a solution, an enduring solution that going to work for the next person.
Yeah, that's important.
These people now make it possible for we to achieve in Jamaica, you know.
And
so
you know
why when we achieve, I put on dollar in the bank, and after 60, 70 years, when you're old people now, and you want your money, and you go there for your money, Miss Minett. Some people are tell about your money now in there. And then people are pass uptown and I go up on the hill and I go on and I take our money, you know, Miss Minett. Whole heap of money them take away, you know.
Well, African, let's find out exactly what the situation is with your mom.
Yeah,
and
find out
and deal with it. Deal with it precisely the way it has to be done. Yeah?
All right, Miss Minett, the next thing.
Yes.
Me hear the finance minister I talk about the SSL something there.
SSL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he must say the private sector, like the man that's some investigation. And what the private sector?
Well, again, you know, you'd have to be. We can talk about what comprises the private sector, but not in relation to what the minister said, because the Lord knows what he actually said.
A lot of things.
But I don't know that he could just say the private sector is under investigation, because investigation.
No, he never said him under investigation, you know.
He said what?
But he might talk like the private sector. He have a problem with them right now towards the SSF. The board member, them on the board, them a private sector.
Some of them, yes, the FSC board had. Which board, by the way? On which board? On SSL board or FSC board?
One of them or the two of them in a Miss Minett.
All right. The SSL board is private sector because it's a privately owned company. The FSC as the regulator were persons appointed both from public and private sector. So maybe... Yeah, so maybe it's the private sector he was talking about, because the companies that are in the financial sector are private sector companies. They're owned by private people, staffed by private people, and the boards are pulled from the private sector.
And none of those board members, them still on board there?
Well, it's a private company, you know, so the members will only change when they change
themselves. Yeah,
when they change it themselves.
You know if them change them, Miss Minett?
I don't think they've. I believe like 1 or 2 persons resigned after the news came out, but.
Was the person still there?
Yeah, the rest are there.
Miss Minett, Reverend.
Yes, my brother.
It's good to be here, you know.
All right then, Africa.
Watch her now. You see that country out in here?
Mm-hmm.
We the people, we need to come out and out on the street, you know. May I ask the people in Jamaica to come out and out on the street and get rid of these two people we have here that depend on the PNP and the GLP. They are failures, Miss Minett.
Okay.
Them not helping us in no way. The land I take away the beach, I take away money, I take away. Where are we for now?
Call to order, my brother.
Huh?
There is a call to order. People have to stand behind what they believe in and fight for the change that.
Some people make us go up on the street now, no man. We're ready, you know. We're ready. We not have to bond them, man. We not have to take on nobody thing like them, you know. We not have to teach nobody thing like them, you know. Just make us go up on the street and get rid of them here.
All right.
Love and bless. It's good to be here, yeah?
All right, African. Thank you for sharing with us.
There seems to be the next caller. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Good morning and welcome.
There seems to be a problem with the taxis this morning. My daughter.
Not a problem. They're on strike.
With public transport. Yeah, they're on strike.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It seems so because she says not getting and not seeing anything. So.
Oh, you need to go and assist her?
No. Oh. She got a ride down. Thank God. But the afternoon. But they indicated it to us, so it's not like they never said. Yeah.
The people are prepared. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Minett and Pastor, I agree with that gentleman that the people of Jamaica has become so complacent, so laid back, and just have given up. It's like they've been beaten down so much, they have no energy to stand up to what's going on. And with the bank, I have a friend who lives here in 2012, and she came back last year, and I took her to a bank, a credit union bank in Portmore, and she left $25,000 in the bank.
Yes.
When she came back,
how much was left?
Hello.
I'm hearing you now.
How much was left? How much was left?
$5,000 was left when she went back. $5,000 was left. And she was just furious because she used to work for NCB before she left here. And she's saying that the credit union, she didn't realize that the credit union was now charging fees. If you leave your money in the bank, credit union is now charging fees. So she was arguing that the credit union doesn't charge fees when you leave money in their bank. They shouldn't be charging you a fee. So all of that money, over 20,000 of it went into fees because she was not putting money in the account while she was away. And it's like, what he's saying is that if that lady didn't go back to the bank in a
it would have become zero. Yeah, it would have been zero. And you see, these are the areas we were talking earlier about, people having that good courage that is required to beat giants, to reclaim your territory. And it's not the ordinary, just understanding that it's not the ordinary level of boldness that you require to step into a situation that needs correction. is of a different sort. So even while we might be looking on and say, why are the people too complacent and then lazy and they get beat down, and that is what is tying up our foot. It's just to realize that where we are, meaning the skills we have, where we're coming from, the kind of relationships we're accustomed to being in, has not prepared us to boldly take on what is happening now. So we have to dig deeper. And I think it is a group effort. It's not one man going out there tilting at windmills and the rest of us looking on to see how he's going to fare. It's all of us. So maybe what you really agree with, what you really like with what the other caller was saying, is that it's time for people to get up and do something. He's saying take to the streets if that's what you need to.
That's true too, but Miss Minett, in the 80s, I was a little kid in the 80s, and I was going to a high school in Chilani. And I'm telling you this, when back then I can remember when the people did not agree with something, like for example, I remember the gas price being raised to a certain amount of money.
Yes.
And I remember every parish shut down. Every parish shut down. I had to walk from Falmouth to a place named Jackson. You know how much miles that is?
About 20 miles.
I do.
Nothing.
I do.
There was nothing, no transportation could travel. Everybody locked down. The country was locked down for 2 days, and they had to bring down back the price of gas that time. Right? I remember in the 80s when anything that was not to the people's liking, they would not tolerate it. So what is wrong now? What is wrong?
But you
Why can't we organize something with the social media that we have right now? Everybody have a phone in their hand.
But so you're citing that, means that alive right now today are people capable of the same level of activism. You saw it, you witnessed it, even if you were not part of those implementing it. So it is still possible today. Well, looking at that was politically organized.
You know that, right?
I am not sure. I was so small then.
Yes, it was politically organized.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
But it can't be politically organized too. Or the church could organize it. Or citizens' organizations could organize it. The fact of the matter is, there was a type of activism very alive in the space during that time, which held the promise of bringing political power to one side or another. So leadership is needed to get that kind of all-island effort organized. And once you kind of light the match and throw it, it's tinder. It will catch very quickly. Just for us to be in agreement that the time
the real and the serious
the time
issues.
is now.
Yeah. Because you notice what happened with the taximen, what happened recently. That was kind of powerful, instructive, They did it. Most people say no, yes. But what it did was to get the government to give them a reprieve. And now what they were saying is coming to light in terms. And now today they are not on the roads. A lot of them have just take with themselves, as you would say it. So it means that if we are organized around issues and saying to the powers that be, come on, you must do better according to all of us, it will happen.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm convinced of that too.
One last thing, quickly.
Yes.
Is that I remember when Mr. Onus was trying to become Prime Minister of this country, and he said that corruption not under his watch. Not under his watch. So far, the amount of corruption that has happened under his watch, and I haven't heard anybody being put in jail or even being approached, say that, listen, this was wrong. And Minett, you're a lawyer.
Yes.
The thing with World Read, I was in the teaching system for a minute here.
Yes.
And the thing with World Read, why is it that they have to pay him all that money before he he goes in front of a judge. Why couldn't they bring some charges to him
disciplinary
and
charge,
then let him fight it, and then if he wins, they pay him all of that money plus whatever he wins? Why do they give him the money first so that he can go find a lawyer and do whatever he can do and live a good, comfortable life? Where's the example that being set in these instances?
Well, you know, we talk about the need for justice, and all those things you outlined is like a perfect essay on how the different parts of justice work. He got a settlement on his employment contract because the negotiation, that didn't go to court, you know. That was settled in negotiations because that is civil, non-criminal. You employ lawyers, they look at things, and you move with the timeline that process really sets on its own. The second part of it is your constitution guarantees you certain rights which have to be taken into account when things are being done. So you out there in the public might feel with some certainty that he's guilty of something. But under the Constitution, he is presumed to be innocent until he is proven guilty by a court of law. So while we are hearing about the deeds that are being attributed to him, those are just the statements and the allegations which he faces. In the face of the law, he is innocent, and therefore any money that he succeeds in negotiating with relation to the civil matter cannot be held up or frozen to await what happens in the criminal matter, because he is innocent. What you have is an innocent man who has negotiated a separation package to bring his employment to a close, and it was settled at a certain sum, and he's entitled to have it within a reasonable time. So yeah, so when you have those two things kind of running concurrently, you're always going to find that one is faster than the other depending on who's in charge of what. Now, he was charged fairly quickly, but when he went to court, lawyers made various applications, and
that has been cleared now.
So now is probably the clearest chance for it to move to trial. We're at 8:32. Can we take our station break, please?
Okay, thank you so much.
But I do thank you for your call.
Okay.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star? Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, you know, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive. Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience, and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, senior. Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try and call him, cause trust me.
Voiceless Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Having trouble getting parts for your Mazda? Maljam Auto Parts is your solution. Find Maljam at the new and convenient location off Upper Waltham Park Road at 9 Kingswood Avenue. Maljam Auto Parts, with over 25 years experience, providing all Mazda parts, new and used. Call 923-4389 and 461-1786. Maljam Auto Parts, serving your Mazda needs.
Business owners, what do you want our listeners to know about your business? Check out the Business Spotlight every Thursday at 11:15 a.m. inside Lifted with Darren Chosen Smith, catering to all your advertising needs. Call our sales and marketing department now at 876-276-5072 or 876-887-0800 or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. That's the Business Spotlight right here on Bess100 FM.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. God is good. This is a radio pastor and friend, Reverend Simon Peter Jones, inviting you, my friends, to listen every Tuesday evening on Bess100 FM at 7:30 p.m. for the program The Voice of Hope, as we extend hope to the hopeless in this dying world. God is good. Be encouraged. Hope is in
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning and welcome to The Morning Connection.
Good morning, my lady.
How are you, my brother?
I'm good.
Mr. Enlightened, how are you?
Good morning.
I am very good, Enlightened. What's up?
Yeah, man. The taxi situation.
Yes.
I was watching on some social media there, and I was appalled by the amount of disrespect that is being shown to the taxi drivers. They're not getting the support that they ought to get, No, in my opinion, I don't think the taxi driver is going about this thing the right and proper way, because they may be striking about this, the fines and all them things. I don't think that is the heart of the problem, The heart of the problem is the economics of operating a taxi in this country. The government give all type of subsidy to business places. Tourism sector get subsidy. All the Chinese, when they come in to open business in this country, they get all kind of concession and so on. These taxi drivers now, they don't get anything from the government, and yet they are private business, and the government controlling how much they can charge, how much money they can charge. So, in other words, the taxi driver are subsidizing the government transport system.
And that is true. You people have slanted the narrative in terms of the fine, but listen to what the gentleman said. It's on the front page this morning. It says the cabby's grievances include hefty ticket fines, suspension of license after paying fines, the lack of designated parking areas and stops for taxis, and the mandated use of records only for towing vehicles. You see this thing of lack of designated parking areas. Some that them get tickets for all of the time, you know.
Yeah, so they are committing crime of opportunities in a lot of cases, you know, because they don't have any place to park, and the government flood the areas with taxi, and then so in other words, what I am saying that I believe should take place. They should get permits to operate the taxi instead of them have to pay fees for the license.
Interesting.
What difference do you see that making?
Yeah, I mean, it will go to the cost, because a lot of the time it's the taxi they drive on the road, you know. It's not because sometimes I'm not a fan of taxi drivers, you know, because I don't take them more than so. But I see they operate, and when I look into the economics of how the thing operates, a lot of time they have to operate the way they are operating instead of to make money, you know.
Yeah, I do. I like the fact that you're looking at the economics of their operation and saying, where are the points at which timely government intervention could make this into a more profitable business and take out the incentive to, take chances and live on the edge. That's it's exactly what we need to be doing, I think, as a nation, when we look at how our people are making a living. But when you make a suggestion on a change, you then have to demonstrate how this change is going to solve a mischief that is currently occurring, and paint a path to greater profitability and so on. So I wasn't following the link between shifting from fee to permit. What difference would it make other than if it's a lesser amount?
Remember to license a taxi or minibus, you have to do 2 years, 2 times for the year, 2 times for the year, you know.
So it might be the amount then, because it's not
you have to pay. You have to pay a road license. You have road license, you know.
Yes.
You have the ordinary license that you for a motor vehicle, and then you have to get a road license. You have to pay for a road license.
Yes. So how does the change from license to permit? Is it just about the amount?
It should be it's all right. Just like how the government offer subsidy.
Yes.
To the JUTs to operate.
Right.
Right.
So it's the amount.
I am saying that they should issue a permit for them to operate, and no charge for that permit.
So it should be free.
Free, of course, it should be free, because remember, I know.
Or when I say free, administrative. Really, it's not a money-making endeavor for the government. If you have to produce something to put it in the hand to show they're permitted, you charge them a small money for your processing cost. But okay.
Because listen, you know, the certain part of the country, you know, rural areas and so, the taxi man, they have to depend on the
entirely
people, you know.
Entirely.
So if we can give the hotel industry and all those industry subsidy, because they are providing to me, you know, they are providing to me is most employment, you know. All
right, so that would put back. So that would put back a small amount of money in their hand, but that's not gonna put back much money in their hand, because however annoying it might be, is a little bit of money. So that's one. What do you think about waiving the taxes that are paid on gas and
there's an input tax. Yes,
do it as yes, because in the
look at that too. If you look at that, you know, they could have said one gas station or 2 gas stations in certain parishes, so the taxi man can go and get them gas, something like that.
Well, no, wherever a taxi man bearing the permit goes up for gas, it would be 0 rated. I say it, because in the mining industry, which is such big money industry, bauxite companies don't pay certain taxes on the fuel that they use. It's an input into their operations.
So why can't the taxi men benefit from some sort of subsidy when the government control the amount of money they can charge? That's what I'm saying, and that is my point, They are running a private business,
And you're saying they must
the
get support.
government control how much money they can charge.
Yeah. I see where you're going with it,
a lot of pressure on the taxi drivers to in terms of their livelihood. But they're not getting any benefit. And they are doing a tremendous work in this country, moving the economy.
Of course, because some parts of the island, as you say, have no infrastructure or arrangements for licensed transport. And and in other places, the existing supply is under pressure. So they do carry.
Yes.
Let me tell you, it's why even with the teachers not taking whatever agreement the Minister of Finance presented, I am of the view that when you're not getting what you want and you're not being unreasonable about your demands, you must insist and do not accept foolishness. So I support the taxi men in their strike.
Yeah, so sometimes, because what is on the street right now is that the taxi man them in discipline and them don't want to do this and them don't want to do that. So I believe them should attack this on a different angle, because it costs a lot of money to the taxi men and to buy gas and to
fix
to
road fountain
and them not getting any from the government.
Yeah.
Right, and they carry a lot of burden, helping out the society, moving the society. They are the one that a lot of them is moving the society.
That move the workforce.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Without them in a lot of places, teachers can't go to school.
People can't go to school.
Employers can't go to factories and all them type of things,
Yeah.
So what is their benefiting from doing all of that?
Yeah, they get ignored and treated like the
scum of the
society. Yeah.
They're not business people. They're not interested.
You said the right thing. It's a serious thing that they are not considered to get the same subsidy as other people who operate
We're
business.
doing businesses.
Yeah,
because if you can give gas waivers to mining, to Windalco and whatever the other ones are called, then people who use their vehicle to make a living and for whom the purchase of fuel is a cost of doing business.
As an input tax. And it might be a win-win, because it would force a lot of the people, if you put it as an input tax, you have all your bills. As an input, you take it out back.
Yeah, man,
like
you
with GCT.
You've happily filed your taxes so you can claim
Yes,
it.
and you put on a thing on them that they are forgetting the system now, that they have to file their taxes and things like that.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great idea there, enlighten.
Yeah, man, we need to look on these taxi drivers, not as just a little man out there driving taxi and catch some people, man. It needs more than that, because you see the difficulty when they pull the service, You see the chaos on the road and all the type of thing there, So they are an integral part of the transport system and it moving the economy, and they should be looked up on as such.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Excellent point. I really enjoyed that.
Okay. All right.
Conversation. All right. Have a good day.
You too. Take care.
Earl Brown want to know if I forgot my coffee this morning. Earl, remember I don't drink coffee, but you also were not listening. Your Minett was out on a mission on weekend. She's exhausted.
No, but that is really thinking out of the box. And as your mother rightfully said, Jamaican people are not fool,
Yes.
She's giving some idea to that and says, why don't we shift the narrative and shift how we deal with these people and see what becomes. It's better for us. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, man. Good morning. How you doing?
Very
Good.
well,
It sound like
You sound alive and well.
Taxi.
How are you?
From the wilderness.
Yeah, man, I'm good. I want to share two little topic with you guys this morning. The lower house of representative there, parliament, right? In order for Andrew to pass any laws, he needs 2/3 support, right, from the MPs. He already had he already has more than the 2/3 in MP support. So when it comes to the Senate now, he needs
one senator
votes from the PNP side in order to pass anything into law, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 2/3 of the Senate would be you would need one from the PNP side.
Right.
Yeah, it would be 14 senators. Anyway, so that means he had support for his new Road Traffic Act from the PNP. Would you agree with me?
Of course, he did have support from the PNP, the two sides. If you notice, Mr. Golding got up to say that when they were doing the work on it, they themselves had neglected to return to the drawing board on the issue of the child seat. So the two sides were caught in this one.
Okay, so hence I say the PNP and the JLP they are like one snake with two different heads, because they have one body, but they agree, but they come out and act like they didn't agree, right?
Well, I don't know about the snake and the two heads. But
as you see that opposition said that we dropped the ball.
On this issue, they all dropped the ball. They also both dropped the ball on the FSC and SSL issue too.
Yes, because all the PNP had to do was all their senators disagree that they would vote yes for the new Road Traffic Act, and then they couldn't pass into law, right?
Yeah, but my friend, the overall of the new traffic act was needed, right? So it was agreed, but the thing in question, they needed to have paid more attention to what was there, but they didn't, because the truth is, a lot of time you go to Parliament, like remember Floyd Morris said that him get one thing for read the day before and him couldn't actively respond. So some of the time that happened, but it is a thing, but they messed up on this one.
Yes. The next thing I want to share before I go, I travel Jamaica a lot.
Yes.
A lot of things. Travel the island. There's a beach in St. Anne's Bay named, it's not if I can recall, Fantasy Beach.
Yeah, I know the beach.
Yes, it's on the roadside there. The government owns the property. I saw Miss Minett is a lawyer, maybe she can help me. I see the government put up a sign there, a sign on it, no trespassing, and it is saying that no lightering, stuff like that. So I'm wondering if it's a government-owned beach, it is our beach. Why would the government put up a sign like that?
But all right. Let me take it from base principles. Are you putting forward the view that public-owned lands should be just left accessible as citizens feel a mind because it's public lands?
No, but it is used by the people, because I even went over there to look, and it's a nice beach. So I am saying maybe the government have plans to sell it to some private.
But you wouldn't need to put no trespassing if you want to sell it. No trespassing could mean do not come here against my interest. My interest is to keep this. Well, that is what no trespassing means. A trespasser is someone who comes in without permission and without regard to the interest of the owner. If the land is owned by people, there can be trespassing on public lands. Even aside from like where the tax office is, or where the government have some specialized building that is used for this or that. Open land staying out there can be trespassers, because a trespasser is anyone who comes on without regard to the interest of the true owner. You as a citizen can decide that you tie goat on it, or
that's what they mean.
So usually when you see a no trespassing sign, just understand that they don't need to put up no trespassers to sell it to private interest.
Yeah. The next thing.
Yes.
Do you think it's against the law of Jamaica? Because I went to Negril to do some work. there are two hotels down there. I'm not gonna call it names.
Yes.
You know that you have hotels in Jamaica that people, white people, walk around butt naked.
Yes.
Yes.
And some of them don't walk; they lie down. Hang out by the pool, walk up and down on the beach. But usually, not just to protect the privacy of the nude people, but also to protect the sensibilities of the dressed up people. It's not publicly accessible, but you might go on, like if you go on the property to work, they're not expecting that you are in any way distracted by, and you're working in an area where the unclothed people are. They're not expecting it to be a matter of offense to you because you're there to work.
Yeah, but I was
You were taken
surprised.
aback.
The security guards and the workers in the hotel, they are subject to this every day.
Yes,
You know?
you wouldn't stay in that job every day.
Anyway, enjoy your day, yeah?
You too, my brother. Take care.
Okay.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Welcome.
That's interesting.
I know that. I look at you first now to see.
Yeah, but that's been commonplace for a very long time.
Long time.
Long time.
Yeah. Nudity is.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Miss Minett, good morning to you. Good morning to Pastor. Good morning. Miss Minett.
Yes, my brother. Good morning.
I am trying to get to you folks from African Command.
Yes.
And this line is cutting out. People keep, as somebody call it, cut out.
Which one? 619 or 279?
279.
Okay.
I've been called, because I had a similar experience. I wasn't gonna call, but I had a similar experience with NCB. I put my mom opened an account at Crossroads. She was going to Canada. She never had her mind set on foreign, but my brother said she must come. So I tried to put some money in the account.
Mm-hmm.
That she get a good statement.
Yes.
Anyway, he make up her mind saying just like a file for her, because she decides that she gonna just make up her mind and go. So I had some money in the NCB account. Miss Minett, I know I put money in there.
Mm-hmm.
I've been putting money in there. I was doing a job that authorized me to get an account with NCB,
mm-hmm.
To get the payment, because they're not paying by cash, by check.
Right.
Anyway, after all of the job finished and all that, I took out some money. I remember having 50,000 in the account after I finished taking out the money. I'm not allowed off NCB.
Yeah, I think you shared that story with us before. In truth, yes.
Yes, and would you believe I went to PriceMart, take out 10,000 out of the, and when I check back, I leave the money, the rest of the money in there, saying that if my mother come, and
something is there for her.
Just run, go draw one little something when she, so the people them, when I check back the account after a year or two, 20
as quickly as that.
The account, and I had to draw it. Why these people are allowed to take away people's money?
Yeah.
Why? That's why I always will remember you, Mr. Fly Green. Mr. Fly Green, I will always remember you on a no movements day. When everybody else go through the rigmarole and all of that, and I keep you and your friend them sit down and I talk about and a no movement, shout and a no movement. The disrespectful is one of the most disrespectful set of people never buck upon. I'm not for the love of no PMP, and I'm not love for no GLP, because if a PMP government PMP sector could have sit down and come in with this thing about seat in a car, we don't never think, because when we not travel one wind speed, and we have to come out of the road. How will you put on there?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I called for civics back in the schools for 5 years ago. I called for that because the youth them need to know what is happening, and them need to know that. You all right? You know why the thing changed? I heard somebody say why the thing. You know why the thing changed? The generation changed.
Yeah.
The generation changed.
Well, yes, sometimes, that is what can either break something in the right direction or shove it into.
When a lady expound on
the gatekeepers.
Yes, the lady said that in the 80s or so, when the gas strike and the generation changed.
Yeah, man, there was a level.
The younger set of people, them put them in now and because clocks pan foot and badness and them. So we Pastor and Mr. Lawrence and Miss Minett, we have failed. We fail.
Yeah, what there's
me. I tell you, me fail the youth them too, cause me fail help them, but them not take no talk from me now. Cause them say we are old man and we are elders, and that's what them say now. Them say as elder, why I deal with elder, and but you know what I love? I love the Nice Abatement Act.
Yes, I'm waiting to hear.
And they are putting up decibel meters around the place.
True.
So we can,
they have to.
One thing, I don't know, him and him friend them sit down and him friend them, you know him say? Him say him win some election already. And them don't want to go in as a nice prime, so them want to go to that man and set the example. So them have to listen for what come. And make me tell you this, Miss Minett. The Constitution, this man, he coming and he's going to give us 6 election date. So much things he going to fix. And I know nothing can fix. Are you a lady mention about Royal this morning?
Yes.
I'm friend.
Asking about, the lady is his friend?
Yeah, no. Royal Reid is the Prime Minister friend.
Okay.
So you mean, man, you know that.
All right. Listen, we have to take our 9 o'clock break. We're 1 minute past, so I'm just...
I will hold.
Yes,
hold on,
thank
please.
you. Okay.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how do I take taxi style? Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
Yeah, hear me? Yeah, waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
Yeah, try calling her, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
Looking to clean your vehicle super clean? 123 Clean Car Wash, located at 2 1/4 Osborne Road, Kingston 10. Entrance on Grove Road, below Tropical Battery. They wash and vacuum, undercarriage wash, engine wash, polish and compound, shampoo and detailing. Call them at 876-631-3400. 123 Clean Car Wash, the best in the business for a cleaner wash.
1, 2, 3, believe me, it's so easy. 1, 2, 3.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-3825-8 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Jamaica, we're going up and not under. No more slaves any longer. We were once weak, but now we are stronger, stronger, stronger. Join me, Darren Chosen Smith, Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted, right here on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. Tune in and be informed, motivated, entertained, and spiritually lifted. Your weekdays will never be the same again. Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM with yours truly, Darren Chosen Smith. Tune in and be lifted.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Lady Lee, the Queen of the South, and I'm inviting you all to trailblaze with me on the best of the best radio station, the Bess100 FM, Mondays through Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. You can't afford to miss it on your airwaves. Yes! Trailblaze with Lady Lee right here, Mondays to Thursdays, 2 to 5 p.m. on the best of the best, Bess100 FM. Mwah.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning. Yes, Fortis, welcome back.
Yes, I'm going to wrap up now. I want the people them to remember it's not a 9-day talk, Andrew Weekly. I remember you, sir. I remember you, sir, Mr. Minister of Misinformation, Mr. What name again? Help me now.
Morgan.
Mr. Morgan. Good morning to you, Mr. Morgan. Also, Mr. Morgan, grieving. Fly green, and I know movements there. You laugh at Jamaica, the whole Jamaica. You laugh at even your own people them too. And I know movements there. I see when I go down our yard and take out man from under bed, and it was just. You just have Jamaica as a laughing stock that you just got do, and then two is a 9-day talk, and then you get back position. Good morning to you too, sir. But I'm telling you something, Jamaica, on a wake up.
They're waking up, my brother. They're waking up.
They're waking up. Pastor, them are slumber too long. Pastor, them are slumber too long. And you're in another medium where they went down to the beautiful speaking and asked her about some things, and she said she don't want water commission. And some look of face the argument she give them. Okay. I remember a lady out of St. Thomas tell them say, if them want about them money, if they want about them vote, them can get back our money. You know, the whole heap of things are going on. You know, the whole heap of things. I don't know, Pastor. Let me tell you this. A whole heap of things are going on. You think it start? You think you're hear nothing yet? Pastor, you know, I don't want to say, because I don't want to put the station and repeat, but let me tell you something. Hey, when somebody put their money in a sector,
yes, and
watch me. When I was going to school, it was the most encouraging thing. Go open a little bank book.
Yes.
Pastor, if you can find for our $100 in a bank book, when in a year you know where you get something for your money.
That's true.
That was long time ago in a land across the sea.
Yes, instead now you lose it.
This you lose it.
You lose it, yeah.
And we have a government will sit down and enjoy the benefits of this. When you hear how much, may I tell you something? You know, I turn off NCB. There's a man in NCB that when they were laying off people, you know how much him get for film bonus? 42 million or 44 million.
Well,
listen when I say to again. While they're laying off people and removing and pulling up and changing out, one man get 42 or 44 million film bonus. I want to understand what I say.
We understand what you're saying because it's
one man, you know.
Yeah, never about the people, about
them and them friends.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
Rural Reach shouldn't be this Rural Reach. I remember when a certain lady, her husband is a security, called them and they have food. And when he said them go for Rural Reach, he call. No, this cannot happen. Now who's Rural Reach? That them thief. Him thief. It's a legend. Them thief. And you are going to talk about no, they cannot go to the money yard and take him out. They know them go down and get out people. And you are saying, and I want to know, DVP, did you sign the nolly? She said no. She said no, because on better than that, because on the upper class.
No.
Yeah.
Same justice for all. Same justice for all.
Pastor, it get to the people, even the young folks, them are open their mind now.
Yeah.
Even them are open their mind now. I don't want to keep up the phone line no longer because it's kind of painful for when you want to get that night. But I'm telling you, some people,
thank you for being thoughtful and for sharing with us this morning, Fortis. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Listen.
Bye. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, I just want to make a correction, you see?
Yes.
I called her before this party here. Made saying that in terms of the voting in Parliament, where the opposition.
He was talking about how much the government need to get the 2/3 majority.
Yeah, but not in all cases. You just need a simple majority in a lot of cases.
Yeah, but you was talking about the 2/3 majority.
Yeah, but you don't need a 2/3 majority in all cases.
That's true. But I don't think he was implying that you do.
Yes, he was implying.
That's the impression you got?
He was saying that the opposition voted along the government in this road traffic thing. And I'm saying to you that the opposition don't necessarily, not that I'm observing the opposition from what took the role that they might play, they might not play.
Yeah.
The government do not need the support of the opposition to pass laws like these.
Okay, if you got that impression, then you have clarified it. But I didn't think he was trying to say that.
Yeah, man, that's what
I thought
why would he talk about the 1/3 and say the PMP is to be blamed just as the government?
He was talking about the two-headed snake to say that when both sides are in agreement on a piece of legislation, they are both responsible. That's not a political thing. But you've clarified it. Not all laws require 2/3 majority. In fact, very few.
If you listen to callers like Senator Peter Damon Crawford and MP Phillips.
Yes.
They were saying that they made a lot of recommendations and it was shut down by the government majority,
Yes, which...
So we need to get yourself informed and, so we can have a more balanced approach to what took place. Not that we can the opposition is not to be blamed for some of the things that took place, but we must be more balanced. And for you, Miss my lady.
Yes, sir.
You said that the PMP is to be blamed for the thing that happened at the FSC.
No, I didn't say they were to be blamed.
No,
I said they both dropped the ball regarding the FSC.
Well, all right. Yeah. Well,
you disagree?
I don't share that view because if you if you for argument's sake, you what happened in before, right?
Yes.
And you came in and you saw the thing that it wasn't the proper thing to do.
Yes.
And you never do anything about it. The other one is to be blamed because you see this thing was placed in front of you, you know.
Yeah, but both of them had the opportunity to deal with the regulation of the financial sector and did not do the best job.
Yeah, but
you are looking at who is to be blamed more.
No, I'm not looking at who is to be blamed more, you know. But sometimes you're blaming some people that unfairly, because as far as I understand,
yes,
it's 2019 and 2020. A report was made of irregularities that was taking place, you know.
Now the issues with SSL, you see, here's where you and I may differ. You might be looking at the proof of error as the starting point in attributing blame. You don't need to have even made an error for me to divine, for me to pick out with wisdom where the problem started.
Okay.
Good regulation is not proven in the breach. Good regulation is regulation that prevents breach.
Yeah, but
I have a concern about how different sectors are regulated based on the scheme that is set up and how the moving parts work together. And, we don't have to go into the nitty-gritty of it, but if you understand the principle that I use in my assessment, then it would show why you and I may be at different points of the spectrum on this. Because I say, before the thing creates a problem, you know the standards and the methodology for creating a regulatory framework. Use it and abide by it.
But wouldn't we say that the FSC in the initial stage it was set up was a fairly good organization, but the implementation that didn't work?
No, I've had a problem with the FSC for a long time, even before SSL was an issue, because of how they are set up. Precisely because of how they're set up. And what you're seeing now is the consequence of those breaches. I mean, take for example the fact that the way they're, let me leave that alone, because the number of persons who are connected to it is such a small number that whatever I say may create greater conflict than is necessary at this point. Suffice it to say, they're on a path now to look at it. What we want is for them to look at it properly, not just to focus on where the sore foot is and try to chop it off.
But look at it in terms of the overall sector, what needs to be done. Because one of the things that, if you read, some of us who spend the time to read through all of the stuff that is there, if somebody is supposed to have a solvency thing in terms of your capital versus what you have.
Yeah, the ratios that you should maintain.
And that was not maintained for a period of time. Even before this.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. So maybe we need a kind of overall of that organization there.
Yes, we definitely do. And some persons are saying, do a forensic audit as opposed to whatever kind of audit they're doing now. So persons can draw a link between some things. Take the breaches that you see and try and tie it back to the weakness that led to it. So you're not just fixing the one thing that you see, because there's no fix against lying directors and people who just set out to fraud you, There's you can't, that's something that you prosecute and so on. But if your systems are set up in a certain way, it minimizes, they have to work harder
to do what they did.
To do what they did.
So the need to call for the forensic audit, it is going to reveal a lot, brother.
So wouldn't you say that it's because of the small pool of people that you have to draw from why we run into this problem all the
It's
time.
not the small pool, it's that we're dishonest. That's what it is.
No, that there's a part there you could always say that's an issue because the more people you have, the more opportunities you have to find the right fit. But there are some systems that you set up that don't really care who is facing you.
Well,
but
it's people have to man the system, you know.
We understand that. So you go back to an important principle that we says you need honest people.
You do need honest people to manage the system.
But if you have the corruption in the riot code, we contaminate. Where you gonna get them people?
The honest people.
Yeah, my brother.
All right, we're not gonna paint ourselves in a corner on this one. We know it's possible. All right, take care. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Mary.
Miss Mary, how are you?
Morning, Pastor. I'm blessed and highly favored despite. Morning, Mr. Lawrence.
He's giving you a wave and a holler.
Morning, Fortress. You are very militant this morning, and I agree with you. 500% over 100. NCB, I don't even go in there if it's not very, very necessary, right? There are a set of thieves, them rob people of their money. Not only NCB, a few of them, but it's NCB I'm dealing with this morning. Them even messing up people's private lives. These men that were there, and where are they today? Some of them, they're on the bone of their asses all over the place with nothing, right? And what they try to damage people and do other people, right? Other people are making progress. When they send people to prison, right? And case come out as test case at the University of the West Indies. And the person changed Fort Augusta, and it is documented. They try to make out people as monsters. NCB, Jamaica National, my friend is suffering, lost her townhouse and her brand new motor car with a certain big-time lawyer that is right there in Parliament, right? And today the woman is suffering, and she said she had money at the time to push the case like YPC, and she has nothing now. These places going to suffer. They're going to go down. They're going to go down. You don't see? I saw where Noel Hilton talking about the stealing and staff stealing money.
Oh, you mean Patrick Hilton?
Patrick Hilton.
Patrick Hilton. Yes.
Oh, Noel is dead. He was my friend. He was at
Port
Airport Authorities, right?
Yes. Yes, I'm at that page.
Go ahead, Miss Minett.
No, I'm saying I've been looking at that.
He lashes out at staff
about Patrick Hilton.
They're going to fall. They get into people. They're going to fall. NCB going to go down in ashes because they're messing people's private life when they were told to leave the two people's business alone.
Okay. And there are consequences for behavior. You saw the news that there's been a massive earthquake in Syria and Turkey.
Yes.
Listen, I make all those connections, because I know that when man can't get it right, the creator of the universe will intervene.
Yes. You railroad off people to prison, and these lawyers, to most of them, they are bandits, right? They sell out people's cases, but where are they today? Back to the taxi. Let me say something to you people. When I come on and talk, I talk too fast or what? You know that most of the things that I've said, other people come and say the same thing. Am I right or wrong?
No, no, you're right, Mary. We're feeling the same burn.
I have been saying this for years. You see those taxi men? Let me greet a few of them. Jerome, my son, him call me Aunt Mary. I love you. Mr. Carl over Mega Mart. All a man I just met last week. Let me tell you something. The taxi men don't want to go into halfway tree.
That's where they get the tickets.
When they go to halfway tree and you turn off halfway tree and just barely go round. You see a string of policemen go right round to to behind transport center. They terrorize these people, right? They should give them incentives, right? When these big companies go to them, they don't negotiate, you know. I told you people, when foreign investors come to, we don't negotiate and say we want so they just treat us like no, because when you're hungry and poor, that's how people treat you, right? They need to give the taxmen incentive, but if these big conglomerates, the Grace Kennedy, the Caribbean broilers, the Jamaica broilers, JMMB, and the banks separate, when they're running the country, you know, you think His Holiness running the country. It's those people calling the shots, and America running the country. It's just a puppet. You see, when Grace Kennedy did this, you remember about 2019 or so, a group of them went to the so-called finance minister. I have no respect for him, right? And they got a lot of money to invest overseas. Them have big plants in Florida, Africa, and none of the money don't come back to Jamaica. None of the money don't come back to Jamaica.
You've been keeping an eye on it, Mary. How you know that money don't come back?
It don't come back. It don't come back. I know it. It don't come back, and they have foreign people working. But you know, these people, and it has been happening over the years.
But you know,
Mary, as you were saying, so you are saying that they have invested overseas, but it hasn't come back, right?
It don't come back. It don't come back.
And
at
you know,
all.
and you know that is a result of how we have a freedom in terms of moving capital in and out of this country. It's only Jamaica, because in other countries, they don't allow that in terms of repatriation of profits and so on.
It don't allow past other countries, but we are set a bucket master still. I told you people, when foreign investors come, I was in banking and finance for years. We just, if something is for $1 million, and they say $1 million, the people just negotiate. We'll give you 500,000. This is how we operate, just like how we penny pinching.
So your solution to that really is to change our thinking in terms of understanding that we are people of value, and so when somebody comes to negotiate, we don't just, as it say, we have what you call good courage. Good courage, you call it good courage in terms of negotiation, and say we're not giving away the birthright of future generations for nothing.
Look at the bauxite company, right? Them come and use us up and dig up the place and leave people sick with all different type of diseases and nothing. We don't have anybody to stand up for us in this country. Look at it's 6 entity mash up Jamaica, you know. 6. JLP, PMP, Digicel, Flow, Water Commission, and JPS. We don't have anybody to take up for us. We leave to the mafia, the world, as old-time people say. Anyway, let me get on to something else quickly. This man, Horistar, you know all him. He's a joker. He's not supposed to be Minister of Justice, what you call it, security.
No, he's security minister.
He's security.
He is a little lucky, a little, yes, man. Look here now. Look, and you don't need no university degree to know these things. Week before last, them gun fine in Montego Bay, must be 20 guns and rifle or what have you. This weekend gone, 62, that's 82. The first week, him come out.
Same port.
Look here, him going to come out and he's praising the police and that. What happened to the person who sent
yes,
well, from abroad? What happened to the receiver? Why you don't wait until
you don't see any, you don't see the arrests high or low or especially high.
These are people where you come and they hear and talk. It start to wake up in Jamaica.
So I'm going to ask you again, Mary. You noticed there was a severe earthquake in Turkey and Syria?
Yes, and look here.
When we too lazy to do it, God will shake up the land.
That is going to come, you know.
Well,
going come.
you're not the only one who's saying that.
Me talk to Mr. King. You people call him Ras Remedy. Me call him Mr. King. He's my friend.
Yes.
Me a friend from the top of the society to the bottom and from the bottom to the top. He just come out gun fine and he's congratulating the police and just going on. That is nothing.
Yes, all of us are concerned.
The goods originate from whether them using fictitious name or not. And when it comes to Jamaica,
where it going?
Yeah, and sometimes, yes, and we are.
Them people so them go to Oxford and them and them and man doctor and this and that, all the Tufts and them and the Green and the DPP and the whole of them. Foolishness.
Common sense.
Dr. Paul would say in London. Them just look here now. I heard a farmer. Greetings. You people must listen to Power 106 Althea Lane. Morning, Michael in the Blue Mountain. The farmer said, take advice from people, from the little man. Just like the bridge out there with Mr. Patterson. Mr. Patterson, PJ Patterson is a man I respect to the max. But a man had told him that the bridge out of Harborview wasn't going to stand up. And you see what happened. No, they are little guinea gods. These are ground gods.
Mary, we're at our break now. We're at our 9:30 break now, Miss Mary.
I can't hold on, you know.
No, man, we have someone else holding. And
but I have been holding from the other man as well.
We're taking our break now, Mary.
Taking our break, Mary. All right. Next.
Business owners, what do you want our listeners to know about your business? Check out the Business Spotlight every Thursday at 11:15 a.m. inside Lifted with Darren Chosen Smith, catering to all your advertising needs. Call our sales and marketing department now at 876-276-5072 or 876-887-0800 or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. That's the Business Spotlight right here on Bess100 FM.
Veteran Printers for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road off Hagley Park Road. Veteran Printers, your best choice in printing.
Jamaica, we're going up and not under. No more slaves any longer. We were once weak, but now we are stronger, stronger, stronger. Join me, Darren Chosen Smith, Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted, right here on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. Tune in and be informed, motivated, entertained, and spiritually lifted. Your weekdays will never be the same again. Mondays to Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. inside Lifted on Bess100 FM, 100.1 to 100.9 FM. With yours truly, Darren Chosen Smith. Tune in and be lifted.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star? Jano, I want to tell you, say, 2 months now, my transmission mash up, you know, and me check everybody and can't hear nothing positive. Yeah, hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. Yeah, hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me, send you. Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I try and call you, know, cause trust me.
Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
What a relief.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town.
The best taxi service.
They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
Need a cab from anywhere at all. You can call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Bess100 FM is the authentic voice of Jamaica, promoting your prosperity with better vibes and better music. Let us promote your goods and services for you. Advertise with us. For more information, call our office at 876-276-8935. That's 276-8935.
The Morning Connection is not your usual talk show. We aim to stimulate discussion and chart new paths to self-empowerment. So please join us, Minett and Percy, on The Morning Connection, Mondays to Thursdays, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Bess100 FM.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Good morning, welcome caller. How are you today? Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Cruz. What's up?
They always hear say there's a caller before me, but then look like they always hung up.
They hear that is you.
Anyway, there's Sister Mary. I mean, a lot of people need to have conscience like me, cause when I talk for like 3 minutes, I don't hold. There's other people waiting too. I respect you, Sister Mary, but you must understand we all want to talk. That's why I said this program need to go until 2 o'clock.
You're coming with your jokes in the morning, you know.
What about your conscience? This is not a joke. It's a serious thing. We have to talk to somebody. Jerry is no longer on the show, and people need to talk, or else we'll get mad. We'll stressed out. We have to talk to somebody.
Right.
Yeah, no,
I
do.
We understand that. It's a release valve.
You touch a point there. These programs are important to give people a voice. If not, you're right.
I don't go to bar. I don't.
They will get mad.
I don't go to bar or go club area. I used to go there when I have problem and talk to some of the girls, but I don't go there anymore.
Cruz, talk your business now. What is the solution?
Why you saying you should talk to some of the girls?
When you get older, people confess.
Okay.
They grew up so they can confess.
All right then, Cruz. What's happening this morning?
No, I'll make me all forget. I'm changing the subject right now.
Yes.
There was an elder I knew. He used to work at Alpart, and then he left Alpart and went into church.
Mm-hmm.
He went straight into church. He was in the lodge. He joined the lodge, and somebody told me, I used to live with that man when I was a teenager, he and his wife. And the man joined lodge for 4 years, and I didn't know after I left their house. It was somebody told me that, you know that man joined lodge. I said, no, so I've never seen him in a black pants and a white shirt get a gun away when they visit the yard. So I went to him and asked him. He said, yes, he joined lodge for 4 years. And he said to me at that time, he was a converted Christian in church now, apostolic or Pentecost, whatever. He said, you know what the man said to me? If you die as a lodge,
yes.
He mentioned this. You lose the soul. He mentioned it about 50 times straight. You lose the soul, you lose the soul. That's what he said to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you die as a lodge. And what I'm seeing on YouTube now, they're talking about a lot of those artists and musicians in the state.
Yeah.
They sell their soul for money.
Yes, this is the...
Well, a lot of people in my town here, they're lodge, and they take it for nothing. It's the same, sell soul.
Illuminati. Well, you know, a secret society attracts that kind of speculation because of the fact that it's secret. But you had a conversation with someone who told you directly that for him it represented a selling of the soul if he had stayed there. So
yes.
So him come out then.
Yes, he left and went straight into church.
Yeah.
As a
I know, because I've encountered it. I encountered it, and it's a serious thing. People don't know what they're getting themselves into when they do that. Yeah. I
had 2 friends that I used to do bad work, and they tried to get me in it. And how I would stay wealthy and rich. I say I'd rather die poor than...
Yes.
diary because I knew some older men when I was a child. They can't turn their neck; they have to turn their whole body. And I said I wouldn't want to do like them.
You don't want to be
I
stiff-necked.
was against lads when I was a teenager or smaller.
Okay.
You know, and they tried to get me into it. I said no. Until today, not me. I cannot remember some of this stuff I have to talk about this morning, so I'm going to have to have a book and write them down.
All right, but I don't tell you that
all right,
already.
then, Cruz. We tell you that all the time still, you know, but you not listen.
Mommy can't remember that either.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Highness.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, Pastor. You alright?
Yes, man. Cruz, I give me joking in the morning. But anyway.
I hear the man. Don't like him, I guess, don't like me, you know. I think that's why it seems you are crying over now. I love to have seen the change from the 70s.
Yes.
The point was so conscious. And why it was fall in a state of unconsciousness that it was seem hopeless.
Oh, boy.
But as our sister, as the Highness said, or you can go another place. Gotta shake up.
Yeah, man, God shake up the ground when we get too comfortable and feel that it's all up to us, and if we don't do it, it can't be done.
And that's the worst place to be, though, you know, when God have to come to the place that him have to say, hold on, don't forget something here. So, unfortunate. What's your point, though, my brother? What you say?
It's very interesting when the scriptures talk about the evil and the ways of the people of God until them come round to that 360 degrees point, to that them recognize that them change them ways, and then you'll heal the land. That's the irony of how the words are chosen. The evil and wicked ways of the same people of God. So when we keep silent, I don't appreciate that when we keep silent on matters whether the SSL or whatsoever.
Yes.
We are advocating and giving a license for corruption to continue.
That's true.
And what is interesting with SSL and many other government agencies, we want to have made a particular gentleman who was former Prime Minister National Hero because he set up a vote for this institution. But they were bull crap in the sense of some of them may be relevant, but the fact is that he gave them no authority and power. He only pushed into them money that them can take out and then they could side and then they could side give we call skulldog way and benefit themselves. So the truth of it, knocking the people who are in there because they themselves may even advocate to have the power. One thing that needs to place them should already have them man them in court. I don't need the Minister of Finance to tell me that because I supposed to have the authority to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's my job.
But they do have the authority to do it, you know.
If they then fall down and doing it, why the yes men are put in place then?
Right. So, but a part of one, you said something that it's long been an issue that I've been meditating on. We do have, we've had leaders who have put in laws and agencies and systems that seem good and sound good. But a lot of times,
no teeth.
Sometimes they have teeth too. But the preparation of the ground for those is like a child arrive in the world fully born, fully mature. They don't go through no stage of preparation, no training, so when it sits up and starts to do things now, we're all surprised and we don't know what to do about it. Even now, you see the Road Traffic Act has been introduced. The authorities behave as if it's only taxi men it apply to. So all you hear a lot about, certain elements of it. But you and I need to buy into it. You and I need to understand it. And if you did it 2 years ago and you're just and it's coming into effect today, you have to go back over the ground as well.
But that's not the only thing,
so we don't do a good job of preparing our nation for things and for the changes that we want to see, so people can be a part of it, truly a part of it. That's something that has troubled me for some time.
Truly consultative.
You just touched on it a while ago.
But because somebody was saying that this came in, but there was no real preparation, because you saw the thing where they said for the new Traffic Act, they had a thing at police college where they brought in 2 days before the thing for the men who are going to do the enforcement to know what it says. That's foolishness.
That you just paying lip service to those things.
Right, it's lip service, but and as I say, it never properly spend time to think through and give it the proper birth and nurturing to grow into a system that is effective. For instance, when I passed the court, I saw the court line go right down from the bottom of the street, go straight to Sabina Park. How can we have our citizens suffering like that?
Like that. Let me tell you.
In the yard, the people in the courtyard can't even get to be seen, much as those on the road to Sabina Park.
Yeah.
Short-sightedness. We have a lot of cars.
And insensitivity to the well-being of people, because you yourself who permit that wouldn't want to be there.
Right, and people are not at the center.
Yeah.
If you make
a lot of these things are based in a false start, because the truth of it, we have a ton of JPs in communities. Send back the police in district constables and have them in the community and have the JPs them doing that work. So when you create the offense in wherever, for argument's sake, they commit it in Canton Spring. You go to the GP and make him create the record, send you go to the tax office to pay the money, whatever it is, him document it and send it to government agencies so they can put it in the system. So the other people suffering like that. But nobody was thinking.
Well, I don't know if it's I don't know that it's fair to put that on the JPs.
Unless they go and pay them.
Unless you pay them, because remember they're volunteers. But we do need to think creatively in spreading the responsibility.
Then pay them whatever it takes. I'm saying, sister.
Yeah.
We have the manpower. That's the bottom line. We have the manpower. We can make use of them because they are within the community. The offenses are created.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sir.
That's a court. Why must have the court time to deal with matters like that?
Yeah.
It matters in terms of is that what is a tax collection revenue court now? It don't make no sense. That's from a country what we are doing undermining the court.
Yeah. My brother, we have one more call to go before we close for the morning. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Good morning, caller.
Welcome.
Good morning, people. Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Morning. Pastor Minett already told me, I said, our leaders do not have any vision. But a few quick things because we don't have time.
Yeah.
One, all right? Tell me when in Jamaica history, guns came to Jamaica, I will find the people who sent from overseas, plus the people who receive it. It's a lie, Minett pass. It's a lie just to show that they are working. We don't want to find the gun. We want to find the people who are receive the gun so it's cut down. As a matter of fact, we want to stop it. Or we pack. Who pack it? Who organize it? Who ship it? First thing. That's just a lie. It's just PR.
Okay.
Next thing, Pastor. Delright Chuck on the radio Ira today talking about if we get the crime out of the way and the killing, we will have returners and come to Jamaica and make it a better place. So we will eradicate poverty. Obviously, we don't hear mention about the thief. We're not talking about corruption like it's a thief. Then you're actually telling me then if returning residents or people overseas don't come and settle in Jamaica, we're not going to get you out of poverty. So why we're telling the people about prosperity? So we're obviously lying to the people and deceiving the people them. Yeah, right, Chuck mentioned that. But yet still, when they lock up Laurel Reed, he was the one saying that, oh, not deal the man. So, but yet still, in the time, nothing happened to the ghetto people in Rima, Tivoli, and other places as a 46. And big up to me. So we're set a hypocrite, we're set a liar, and we don't have any intention to make this country better about our friends and ourselves.
And when you're so short-sighted, it comes back to hit you in the worst way. Go ahead, my friend.
So if returning residents don't come to Jamaica, people say I'm going to Miami to live on island, we are not going to get the people out of squalor, as I can say, we are not going to have our road clean, patch the road, take down the zinc fence, and make our Jamaican citizens whose specialty to this country live a better life. Anyway, last. Yes. Minett, can you tell me if there's a grace period on the this expired January, and do we have a February where you can go on till you get the money? Do we have a grace period?
Well, the grace, there's nothing has been put in the law to take away that grace period is exactly what it is. It is unwritten, and it is not. It's given to you. It's not something you pay for, and I've not seen anything that penalizes persons who, wait for the usual 1 month before they do the renewal. And we've been searching for it ourselves. I've not seen anything that disturbs it.
Minett, we don't have anybody that come on the radio, the TV at 7 o'clock, obviously you find most people watching you, to tell us we have a grace period, just like how it is 150 for the bus. We don't have anybody come and say there's no grace period. Why is it that the police state? The police charged my brother $4,000. Him said there's no such thing as grace period. So who is running the country?
Yeah, but you hear me just explain that grace period is not a legal entitlement. That's why they call it grace. A policeman who wants to enforce the law strictly can do so. It's unwritten. It's like a code, a practice that people generally adhere to. But in this time, I would say, don't assume that you will have grace.
Yeah.
Well, I make sure my thing updates, even my data people, but it's just that the police end up charge car was standing about 10 meters away, charge my brother have to pay $4,000 because I'm tell him say. But all right.
But so you understand that if while you're in that period of grace you have an accident, the case is going to be that your vehicle is unlicensed. Yeah, so grace is just the police forbearing from prosecuting you if they hold you, but it's grace.
Yeah, it's grace. It's grace. Yeah. And grace is unmerited favor.
There you go. You can't complain, say you never get it.
It's unmerited favor.
Raspa, but big up to Minett.
All right.
Good point, Sean. All right. But Pastor, don't make arrests, Sean, and these people tell you about guns fine. And you don't get no detail. Nobody gets charged where these guns come from. It's just something where them have in storeroom, Minett. Let me tell you this. Have them in storeroom and they just throw it out and show the people and that they are doing something. As if they're doing foolishness. No,
I pray that it is not as bad as that. Mind you, we want to see the arrest. Take care.
Okay, have a good day.
Mm-hmm. This is one morning when I am happy to exit the chair and go get some rest. I am very tired. Yeah, so I say thank you to the chatterboxes online. Before I go, I must say a very hearty happy birthday to my nephew Robert Nestor Harris, named after the other man whose birthday is celebrated today, Robert Nestor Marley. So much is being said about Mr. Marley's birthday that I don't need to say a single thing, except that my nephew was born on the same day.
The same name too. Yeah, man.
Robert Nestor Harris.
So as we signed out, we again say to people, we have good courage. Good courage. That's what it is. We have good courage. We have good courage. We have good courage. Do not watch your faces. Do what you need to do.
All right, and have a great day.
Yeah, man.
Thank you all, studio crew included.
Without a care in the world, you know what I mean? No worry for my head top, not at all. And if you know me, you know say I know. No, put no trouble on my back. Oh. No, no worry about that. Cha-cha rise me out of my bed. I mean, go river and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say cha-cha sunrise, wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, I tell you me alright, yeah. I got to give the most high praise. From a sit the lid them on both eyes raised. Breathing the breath of life, so I pray to still I see I for watch over those like we. Yeah. Smile with the rising sun. Jack creation me never hiding from. No negativity up in our high kingdom. Mama Africa, your child who comes. I'm such a rise me out of my bed. I mean, go river and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. free from a day. Me chew some carrot and beet and eat a jelly. Then dipping at the river cause me feel go big.
I wash off the crosses off of me. Sweet life King Selassie off of me. Never be ungrateful, no people go sleep and they never wake up. But Jaja rise me out of my bed. I mean, go river and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say Jaja sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah.
Breeze a blow and my vibes just a bill. Anytime I see the sunlight I climb up the hill. Now I'm no work so I time for me chill. Some whole a meditation and trying to be still. Visions of Mama Africa I float by. Even though you're far I feel you're close by. The mysteries of life I seek to know why. Hailing the most
rise me out of my bed. I mean, go river and go wash my dread. Me alright, alright. I'm a say Jaja sunrise wake me up this morning, and I can hear Mama Africa calling. Alright, alright. I tell you me alright, yeah. I say me alright. Go back a pyramid, chronic sir. And if you know say you wait this morning, give thanks and praise to Jaja. No say I rise this morning, give thanks, yeah. Give thanks, yeah. You're alright, yeah. And I say give thanks and praise to the Most High, for health and strength, knowledge and wisdom and understanding. I mean, Chimney, he's out. I. Now you're being it hard.